Emails or y'all text. What you got, bro?
I know the proper part of the prayer and prophesying, but like when you read the script, like I put out the videos on YouTube and I'm in work sometimes I have my headphones on or the car, got my head on. They just out of order listening to the script, or they say, you know, sometimes I say a prayer and I'm listening to the script or he reading out the script. And we have the head on, is that out of order?
When you praying?
No, you like I'm listening to the script, like I'm going to work.
Like examples or whatever, yeah. like it's -4 degrees outside.
Yeah.
You got a skull cap on, you feel me? Or you about to get in a car accident, but you're driving west.
Right. Right.
You're not praying because you're not facing east. You feel me? Like the Most High is not simple. You understand? He understands what it is. But when it's your opportunity to keep the order, make sure you do that. But that's like saying the Most High don't hear you because your head covered and you driving west. You feel me? But dog, I gotta wait till I get out this car accident, take my hat off, and then face east to pray. Like, that ain't what that's going into. You understand? When the opportunity's there for you to be able to handle up, go ahead and do it. But you're gonna be in situations where you won't be able to uncover your head.
Right.
You feel me? You're gonna be in situations where, what if he didn't up a gun on you or something, and you got your hoodie on or something? You say, hold on, wait.
Right.
Take my hoodie off it.
Right.
Let me face Jerusalem, man. You supposed to pray without ceasing, period. That's what the scripture says.
Right.
Pray without ceasing. You understand? And when it's time for you to keep that order, man, make sure you do it. There's nothing wrong.
That's right.
You understand? But the Most High understands all that. You feel me? That is what it is. Sister, you got something?
Yeah. Is it catered or are we gonna cook?
No, we're cooking. Nobody's cooking our Passover.
Well, I'm here to make
Yeah.
at least 8 of those big pans of
What we talking about?
They got the
Oh yeah, you'll be on the committee, so you'll get with the sisters. There's a committee that's gonna take care of all of that.
But I'm gonna need help.
Of course.
Don't worry about that. No, y'all gonna have a committee. All that's gonna be taken care of. Y'all gonna get together. They gonna hammer that out. It's a sister committee that deal with that.
Yeah.
They gonna get with you. All of that's gonna be hammered out. You know, all that side of it. We have weekly meetings, so you know they'll put you on the meeting. Just get with Naomi, so you get involved, and we have weekly meetings of what's going on. And that Sister Deborah right back there, so she on the meeting every week.
It'll be the first Friday in February down here at 6 o'clock.
So they'll get with y'all, sister. She'll forward you the information of everything you need. So we'll be good on that end. You know, and bro, also on the prayer it says 3 times a day, morning, noon, and night. David spoke of. So when you set yourself up for that you go in the bathroom and you face the east before you leave home, or wherever your closet is, wherever you go for your private one-on-one. Then if you find a place on your lunch break, you go and face the east. And then when you get home before your evening prayer, because that's going to end the day. Because once you get into that twilight zone, it's letting you know when you turn your fog lights on, you're running out of time before we get to the next night. Sundown is the next day. So you can't, you know, you on 2 prayers. So when you see twilight, when the street light come on, it's telling you the time clock is ticking. It's finna get dark. If you ain't got your 3rd prayer of the evening in, you better get it in now. But as far as meditating all day, like Mal said, all the time with it on your mind. You may be driving south, you may be driving north, and your hat on, but it's saying praying or prophesying in those when you like this yourself and you're speaking. Those are time that I've set aside, and I go in here, everything else is blocked off. But when you ride, Lord have mercy on me on this trip.
That's right.
You can't say, well, damn, I can't pray. I'm going west. I'm going to Kansas City. Well, I'm gonna make a U-turn and I'm gonna just get off at the rest stop and I'm gonna go back down to the next exit east and I'm gonna say my prayer. Then I'm gonna get off on the exit and then I'm gonna go on where I'm going.
Yeah, boy.
No, the police gonna think that's a dope deal at the rest stop. Yeah, you're gonna be more than
we keep making these suspect U-turns.
What's going on?
Oh man.
Go ahead, bro. I ain't gonna hold y'all up.
Now we all good. Y'all good. So we all good. Sister, you got something?
Hi, this is my first time here.
Blessings to you. All praise.
I don't know some of the words or things, but I will. Kim is my sister, but she's also my biological cousin.
Oh, okay.
And these two too. That's their first time here.
All right, that was up. Blessings to y'all. Y'all at home. Any questions you got? Ask them. This ain't, you know, we not uptight down here.
Okay. I wanted to talk about our Caucasian. I don't know if you guys call them brothers and sisters or not, but I am intertwined with a lot of Caucasian and different
other nationalities. No doubt.
Especially where I live. I mean, I'm trying to find out, am I supposed to just shun?
Did you say the hell with them?
Shun them because of what I'm into?
Right.
Now that my awakening has come,
right.
Truly my awakening was when I was 9 years old.
Hallelujah.
No.
I'll praise.
What is it?
How to deal with the other nations? Yes. Yeah, no doubt. Hey, look, there's an
especially when they're interested in you. I'm like, oh.
What do you mean interested? Like, you say interested in you or interested in your God? Is that what you're talking about?
No, interested in you.
You talking about like relationship wise?
That don't happen.
Yeah, dealing with the Bible, the scriptures go into how we are supposed to deal with each other.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Period. We talking about relationship wise, but let's not be simple. We understand, and it's in the scriptures. There's many times when this person of this nation dealt with this nation. So
that's right.
there are perfect wills of the Most High. Then there's all what you call permissive will, meaning certain things are allowed if certain stipulations are on the board. You feel me? Joseph, the son of Jacob, had an Egyptian wife. Yes. You understand? And then had Manasseh and Ephraim out of that. Abraham, our father, had an Egyptian concubine, Hagar, and many other situations. You understand? But we aim, period, your aim should be for the perfect will of the Most High.
That's right.
Deal with our own, you feel me? Make sure our nation is raised up properly and the commands and all that, you understand? But there are situations, we ain't gonna act like these situations don't exist. There are, you understand? And the situation would be that they would have to follow your God. Yes. You understand? Hook, line, and sinker. You got the brother like Solomon who had all these women, but they were still serving false gods, and it cost him his mind.
That's right.
And his wisdom in the end. You feel me? So our aim is to teach the perfect will of the Most High, which is stick to your own. You understand? But there are stipulations in the scriptures. There's certain things that have happened. We would be blind if we said, well, no, that don't exist. It actually did exist. You feel me? But there were certain nations he said never deal with. Certain Canaanite nations. Right. You understand? Perizzites and Girgashites and all that extra. Yeah. So get back to this Caucasian situation. That's our current oppressor.
That's all.
That's what we've been dealing with. Just like the Egyptians were our oppressors, and the Assyrians, and the Babylonians, and you understand. But what our people need to understand is if the nation wants to deal with our God, I'm just talking about period dealing with them. I ain't even talking about relationship. If they want to deal or serve our God, our job as priests of the Most High is to bring them up to speed and show them what that's about. You feel me? So we not a black separatist like all heathens are devils, and you feel me? Because I know black devils.
That's right.
I mean, that's just what it is. I mean, me personally, I know black devils.
That's right.
Some evil things in my life. You understand?
Evil things, oh boy.
You dig? So everything. So what we do, we call evil. Period. If a Negro is evil, he get a tongue lashing. Just like that heathen gonna get a tongue lashing. You feel me? So when the scripture goes, matter of fact, let's get that real quick. Yeah. Numbers 15. Let's show that quick. Numbers 15 and 15. We're gonna go to a few scriptures. We're gonna go to a few scriptures and show, like, you understand, if we gonna be somewhat cordial with the other nations, where they gonna have to drop their God and their ideologies and their way of living and get down with the God of this Bible. That's the only way it can be any type of relationship. You understand?
I can remember a scripture.
I'm coming to you. I'm coming to you in the back. Go ahead.
I can remember the scripture where Israel's daughter Dinah was raped.
Yeah, by Shechem.
They told them in order to have her, you would have to be circumcised. But that was also a way of tricking them into, taking them out.
The Simeon and Levi handled that business. You know what I'm saying? And then you get into other situations. They go into, there were certain things that happened way before this situation happened. Yeah. To where the Most High was like, I was gonna handle that judgment anyway. But y'all wasn't up front with y'all father. Y'all let him make a deal without letting them know. You understand what it was, and that's why Jacob said, "Curse be their anger," because they slew a man in their anger. You understand? Instead, but look, let me know, pops. Hey, look, this what it is. You know what I'm saying? But y'all let him go in there blindly and make that deal, and that's why he was like on the.
You guys know that my cousin Kim, she is very good at keeping me up to speed.
Hallelujah.
Yeah. I thank God for her.
All praise.
I really do.
And so you just understand from a whole, we follow a spiritual covenant first, because our high priest is the high priest of the heavens. So it's a conscious spiritualness always first, and then it come down to nationhood. We don't deal with color per se, so we deal with nationhood. So like he said, the first thing he said, this is just our current oppressor. Yes. But we had an Assyrian over us, and we had Hamites over us, and they did way worse than what we're experiencing right now. So we don't want you to see color in this situation. What we're talking about is the nations of the world that understand this spiritual covenant that who it was given to. They accept that, and they accept everything that come with it. Ain't no middle ground to move around on it. They have to accept what's written, the prophecies. Ain't nothing we can do to change that. So we want it understood from that perspective, that we don't look at that, and there's multiple examples in the scripture about those situations, you know. And just so we put that out there, any Israelite woman with another nation don't change our nation, it changes his. Right. So let's be clear about who has the bloodline covenant that kept us from being miscegenated out, because somebody come in here right now, wipe all the brothers out, take y'all off to a slave camp and have children by all y'all, then our nation would be through. Over that quick for a roll in the hay. Rolling. Gone.
I'm too old that field.
Right.
Now let's get some of these scriptures. Let's get some of these scriptures though.
Yeah.
So we can verify. We talking. I need Numbers 15 and 15. Yeah, Numbers 15 through 17, because this is in the law of the Most High. All right. Also Deuteronomy 10. Of 15 through 17. That's another. And there's plenty more of them, but we just gonna hit real quick of what the scriptures go into dealing with that. Very controversial topic, but if you just stick to the scripture explains itself. That's right. It becomes hard and controversial when people they lean to their own understanding when dealing with it. As if the Most High gonna change his mind, you understand? Or the scriptures are gonna change because you don't like what's written. It don't work like that, man. All right, let's get this real quick. You got it out? Numbers 15 and 15?
Reading the book of Numbers.
Yeah.
Chapter 15, starting at verse 15. And it reads, one ordinance shall be both for you of the congregation and also for the stranger that sojourneth with you.
You see that? So one ordinance or one law for you, Israel, and we always had strangers that sojourn with us. You want to go back to 14? Go back to 14.
The book of Numbers, chapter 15, verse 14. And if a stranger sojourn with you, or whosoever be among you in your generation, and will offer an offering made by fire, of a sweet savor unto the Most High, as ye do, so he shall do.
You see that? So we had strangers who were our servants. You understand? But they had to worship our God.
That's right.
It wasn't like they your serving, but they dealing with democracy, or that's Donald Trump, or you feel me, whatever, communism. No, like if you rolling with the God of Israel and his people, you got to keep the same order. That's right. All right, come on, Hebrew.
Verse 15.
Yeah.
One ordinance shall be both for you of the congregation and also for the stranger that sojourneth with you.
That's right.
An ordinance forever in your generation. as ye are, so shall the stranger be before the Most High. One law and one manner shall be for you, and for the stranger that sojourneth with you.
All right, drop that. Let's go to Deuteronomy real quick. Deuteronomy 10. Deuteronomy 10, start around verse 15 for me.
Sure.
15 through 19. This is Torah. This is the law of the Most High. You feel me? If strangers want to be around and understand their role and their capacity, well, they got to understand the commands of our God.
That's right.
Or I Elohim, however you want to say it. Some people are offended at the term God, so, you know, God, Elohim, whatever, you know, tickles your fancy. You dig? But understand that it says right there, they must keep the order as well.
That's right.
The Most High is all about order. Law and order. He's all about that. All right, you got that Deuteronomy 10 for me, Yak? Let's get her done.
Reading in the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 10, verse 15.
Let's get it.
Only the Most High had a delight in thy fathers to love them, and he chose their seed after them.
Yeah.
Even you above all people.
Not trip off that. That's special. So we never here to diminish the role that Israel has with the Most High. We are special people under him. You understand? The Most High chose our fathers and his seed after him. Go ahead, Hebrew.
As it is this day.
That's right.
Circumcise therefore the foreskin of your heart.
Showing you that circumcision ain't just physical, it's spiritual. It's spiritual before it even gets physical. How do you circumcise your heart?
That's right.
You understand? By being obedient to the Most High. Which says circumcise the foreskin of your heart. Go ahead, Hebrew.
And be no more stiff-necked.
Right.
For the Most High, your Elohim, is Elohim of God, and the Most High of Lords, a great Elohim, a mighty and a terrible, which regardeth not persons, nor taketh reward.
That's why it's so beautiful dealing with the Most High, because if you are Israelite that's evil, he'll handle you.
That's right.
He don't respect persons, meaning just because you one of his that he gonna give you a free pass on being evil. You'll get handled first. You feel me? In front of everybody. That's how he get down.
That's right.
And those that say he mighty and terrible. That ain't nobody play around with. And somebody you be like, oh, that cheat. I get back to him whenever. That's some chump. Okay. Now that's the Most High. He'll cash your chips in whenever he feel like it.
That's right.
And can't nobody check him over it. David got mad at the Most High one time.
That's right.
Because old boy tried to stop the Ark of the Covenant from falling. And the Most High struck him down. And David called himself mad. Most High like, what, you got a problem?
Go. Right. Right.
Do I need to holler at you next?
Right.
Straighten up real quick.
Real quick.
You feel me? And David had a heart like unto the Most High. You feel me? So if the Most High are even respecting what David talking about, who you talking about you mad? You know how you do with your children. What you say?
Right, absolutely.
Don't slam my door around her.
Right.
You understand? Yeah. He had to get on Job too. Come on, Hebrew, let's get it.
Verse 18.
Yeah.
He doth execute the judgment of the fatherless and widow.
There go that widow.
Yeah.
See, so the Most High is all about justice. He look out for the less fortunate, the fatherless and the widows.
That's right.
The Most High ain't even though he ain't no joke, he still has mercy as well. It's just our people today forget about the wrath part of him. He's just merciful. What about that wrath?
Right.
What about that thousands of his own people that dropped in the wilderness? Y'all forgot about that? What about all them people he bodied at the flood and spared 8 people? You feel me? But he's also merciful, so you need to balance out. Even as parents, you need to learn when to bring the smack down and when to say, all right, I'm gonna let you slide on that one. Don't do it again.
That's right.
You feel me? Come on, Hebrew.
He doth execute the judgment of the fatherless and widow.
Come on.
And loveth the stranger.
And it says he loves the stranger. You see, if the stranger desires to be in order and to follow the God of this Bible, the Most High love him. Now look at you. You over there like, no, hate everybody. Right. You feel me? And make no mistake that the other nations as nations are our enemies.
That's right.
As a whole, they are. They don't have no benefit of you coming back into the power and running the earth. That means their society falls.
Right.
But there are individuals out of these nations, whether they be Caucasians or Arabs or blacker than Idi Amin or China, that will say, you know what, that's the truth. You feel me? That's the truth. I'm down with your God. Can I hook you up with anything? Because look, they got all the benefits now. You feel me? They got all the resources right now. But be ready to hear that. Be ready to hear, son of Jacob, daughter of Jacob, is there anything I can do to assist you in what you got going on?
That's right.
Your God is real. Be ready to hear that because it's coming. But the Most High love anybody that's willing to align themselves with him.
That's right.
He love them. All right, so check yourself if you don't. All right, come on, Hebrew.
In giving him food and raiment.
Yeah.
Love ye therefore the stranger.
Do what?
Love ye therefore the stranger. For ye were strangers in the land of Egypt.
You was a stranger. Abraham was a stranger in the land of Canaan. Right? So if anybody desiring to align themselves with the creator of heaven and earth, the Most High loved them, and then you commanded to love them. You see that? And love ain't February the 14th. It's keeping the commandments.
That's right.
You feel me? You keep the commandments with that person. That's how you show love. Love is action.
Yes.
It's not lip service. Everybody, I love you, boo, 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 boo. But
Right.
you turn around and do something ungodly. That's not love. So when you read love, love is action, meaning I keep the commandments of the Most High. You
That's
feel
right.
me? I can't steal from you. I can't bear false witness against you. I can't covet what's yours. That's all. That's how you show love.
That's right.
You understand? So the Most High deals with it. I know you want to do the Romans too.
Yeah, but what I was gonna say also on the stranger part, you keep seeing the word ER on strange. Beautiful. That means they've been conformed or born again, so to speak. Everything against what he likes, he calls it strange. Yeah. See, an Israelite can be a strange woman.
That's right.
If she's practicing Buddhism, if she's practicing Hinduism, she's a strange woman because the Most High see it on the spiritual, conscious level first. If you look at the flesh first and she's practicing the ways of the Canaanites, then what you think your children gonna be practicing? So he says strange. He say never love the strange. He say you've offered strange fire to me. We got incense like what they burn at the fried rice house. That Buddha statue, they got incense there. That would be offering strange fire to strange gods. It says Solomon loved many strange women, not stranger women. So strange, when you look up and say of the abnormal or not normal, something is going on with it. It's the same as someone saying, you know, do we make intercourse according to the Bible, or do we get freaky? Freaky is of the abnormal. When you look the word up, it says of the abnormal.
That's right.
So would you say that, baby? I was thinking about how about get a little bit of that abnormal tonight? What you thinking? Because that's what happens when the argument starts and your house break up. The abnormal come out. So that's the difference when you keep seeing stranger, love the stranger. This is a convert. They've been hanging around us. So we have to understand that. Entertain angels because they may be strangers, or it could be the devil.
Real talk.
Go ahead, bro.
All right, let's do Romans 2 real quick.
Yes,
Romans
sir.
2 and 8, showing the New Testament as well. Romans 2 verse 8 through what? Through 11.
Yeah.
Romans 2 verse 8 through 11. It's real quick. Obed, what up, Obed? You want to do that too?
Next
okay.
then. Okay.
Uncle O in the building. Ain't see you over there, boy. Uncle O in the building. Romans 2 is where we going next, y'all. Romans 2. And that was an excellent question. You need to learn balance. Because it's all in the prophecy about the strangers coming to you bowing, saying, look, your God is God. You understand? Because look, once the society is on its way out.
That's right.
You're going to start seeing more and more who you would call Gentiles of all type of nations saying, you know what? I'm cashing my chips in. I'm following the God of Israel. I'm rolling with y'all. That's all in the prophecy. So how do you disannul the prophecies? You understand? It just is what it is, man. Everybody is going to see the power of the God of this Bible shortly. Right. You feel me? And everybody going to have to choose up. Either you down with this program or you going to lay down. That's what it come down to. Yehuda Moshe, what's up, Hebrew?
Leviticus 19 and 33. It says, and if a stranger sojourn with thee in your land, you shall not vex him. But the stranger that dwelleth with you shall be unto you as one born among you. And you shall love him as yourself. For you were strangers in the land of Egypt.
Yes, sir.
I am the Lord your God. One more, 1 Kings 8, verse 40 to 43. It says, that they may fear all the days that they live in the land which thou hast given unto our fathers. Moreover, concerning a stranger, which is not of your people Israel, but come out of a far country for your names. But they shall hear of your great name, and of your strong hand. And it says, and of your stretched out arm, when he shall come out and praise toward his house.
Wow.
Hear thou in heaven your dwelling place.
So he asking the Most High to even hear the prayer of the stranger. That keep the order. Hear from heaven in your dwelling place. Go ahead, Hebrew.
It says, hear thou in heaven your dwelling place, and do according to all that the stranger calleth to you for. That all your people of the earth may know your name to fear you, and do as your people Israel, and they that may know that this house which I have built is called by thy name.
Y'all see that? Go ahead, bro.
Now what you see and what he's saying is
40 through 43.
Yeah, you got. Go ahead, say it. Get it
1 Kings 8, 40 through 43.
Do that. What y'all that Leviticus
19 and 33.
See, so what you're seeing is what bro is breaking down is simply saying don't never forget where you came from. You know, and it's saying that Solomon, now this is Solomon teaching this. So Solomon dropped the ER off somewhere along the line and got with strange. He lost the ER somewhere along the way of a stranger. And it cost him. So y'all, this is what we want to get clear on and understand. It's not like we're telling you to forget about what happened in this nation.
Of course not.
We're not telling you that by no means. But you're here. And he put us here in this position. But he said, I'm not going to leave you comfortless. It's going to be somebody of that nation that love me. They're going to look out for you. If you don't believe that, because who else your stranger going to be but Israel? If you kill every nation out here and it don't be, who going to be your servants? And then if you're saying all of these strangers are Israel, when do they become unstrangers and become back to the fold of Israel? Or do they stay strangers their whole life? You still think you're African American? You know, when do they stay there? So this is let you know this is not talking about all Israel. This book is just no other nations included, because if you call Israel a stranger, sooner or later he got to be identified. Just like that Cornelius, they will not believe some camp that he's a Gentile, he's an Italian. See, he was an Israelite because, well, when of a good report, it says he's a good report of all the Jews and the nation. That's right. When is somebody going to whisper, by the way, Cornelius, you really down, the Most High love you, your whole house give alms, everybody love you, man, everybody been talking about you.
You really from the tribe of Naphtali.
When is that going to happen? When will that happen?
That ain't going to happen. It ain't there,
It can't happen because it ain't there to happen. Go ahead, bro.
We need that Romans 2. Somebody else had their hand up. Somebody had their hand up. Right, yeah, Romans 2 started at 8.
Romans 2 verse 8.
Yeah, 8 through 11.
But unto them that are contentious and do not obey the truth, but obey unrighteousness, indignation and wrath, tribulation and anguish upon every soul of man.
Some of the souls of men.
Every soul of man that doeth evil. Of the Jew first, and also of the Gentile.
You heard that? Dealing with the Most High. And guess who get it first? We do. Because you know better. Right? Go ahead, Hebrew.
But glory, honor, and peace to every man that worketh good. To the Jew first, and also to the Gentile.
Yeah.
For there is no respect of persons with Yah.
So that's crystal clear. Clear as a crystal. It makes sense. The Most High is not a respect of persons. If you evil, he gonna holler at you. If you aiming to be righteous, he'll bless you.
That's right.
Feel me? Just keep it simple. It is what it is. You understand? I know brother in the back has something. I think bro had his hand up.
Before we get to the next question, y'all, we got family in the house from out of town. Yeah. Raise your hand up, bro.
Yeah, bro.
Yes, sir.
KJ,
y'all may have heard about him radio from nap time.
Yeah.
Hey, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Your boy. You just, You said he looked familiar, but
No, I just look back there. And
You like, yeah, that look good, but
Yeah.
Glad you at home, bro. Glad you came back down.
he kind of look like that dude too. Work at the APPAREL restaurant cooking chicken, huh? Damn, but he look like the Ed out of nap time. Yeah, that's Ed, bro.
That's Ed and bro KJ with him. Brothers drove down last night, man. Good brother. I don't know, the Ock in the back, you had a question, bro, back here?
Yeah, go ahead, bro. Okay.
Yeah. All right, well, let's get into this right here, man. We got up on the board. Embrace adversity. Gold is tried in fire. We're going to start off in Ecclesiasticus out the Apocrypha. Bro, going to pull it up on the board. If y'all don't have an Apocrypha, you're going to pull it up on the board. In 1611, the Apocrypha was part of the Bible when it was translated, all right? We're going to start in chapter 2. Chapter 2. Ecclesiasticus chapter 2. We're going to start at verse 1. Embrace adversity.
That's right.
You gonna come into this walk, or you come into the truth, and in your mind you start thinking that this deal is like ice skating or skiing. But you never prep yourself to deal with adversity. You feel me? Or deal with certain things that are inconvenience for you. That look good. Yeah. That look good, bud.
Everybody can see the board now?
Yeah.
They're big now.
Yeah, we went to the new high-tech movie screen. You know, it's flat screen.
That's what you call it.
Yeah.
Y'all see that curtain hanging up back there? Y'all see the old projector screen over there and out of commission?
Yeah.
Y'all see that deal hanging up with a few screws in it?
Yeah, that's right.
It is what it is. Yeah.
Right, guys, see that?
Yeah. All right, let's get into it, y'all. Ecclesiasticus, or the Wisdom of Sirach, chapter 2. We're going to start at verse 1. We're going to go over how we're supposed to embrace adversity.
Okay.
You going through things because of righteousness to make you better.
Ecclesiasticus chapter 2.
Start at verse 1, bro.
Verse 1.
Yeah.
Y'all's up on the board. My son, if thou come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation.
So when you decide to get down with the Most High, prepare yourself for tribulation, trials, a test. Prepare yourself for it. Examine every man or woman of the Most High throughout these scriptures, and it wasn't smooth sailing for them.
That's right.
It was never a dull moment. It was always ups and downs, and go here, go there, deal with this. You about to get stoned or nailed to crosses. It was always some type of action popping off. You understand? So we're saying when you're dealing with the Lord, the first prerequisite is get ready for your trial. Get ready for your test, because it's coming. Nobody professed this truth and just it was smooth sailing into the kingdom. Nobody. You had to be battle tested and approved. Even to get in this heathen's military, you got to be battle tested and approved. They don't just let any chump suck into the military. You got to go through boot camp and all type of stuff. All right, come on, Hebrew.
Set thy heart aright.
Right.
And constantly endure.
You see that? That means all the time. You say, I'm tired of praying. How long? And you just 30 years old talking about how long. Right? Talking about how long as if you done lived eternity.
Right.
You understand? They say constantly endure, man. Get your mind. When it says set your heart aright, it say prepare your mind, in other words. Get ready to constantly endure. When you come into this walk, prepare to get tested and tried, because it's coming. You guys, so what's going on? You looking confused?
Ecclesiastes 2:2.
Yeah, we in chat. We in verse 2 now. Out the Apocrypha. It's up on the board, sis. It's up on the screen. Can you see it? Can you see that? All right, start back at verse 1 for the sister.
Verse 1.
Yeah.
Hold on, hey, bro, let me get there first. Nah, we all good.
They're right there. It's up on the board. It's in the Apocrypha, not the Ecclesiastes after Proverbs. Not that one. We in the Apocrypha. But look, it's right on the board. It's right on the board. Can you see that?
No.
You can't.
Huh?
Down your head in the way.
I say, girl, my head big as O.J. Simpson's.
You got it? All right, let's follow along. Let's get her done.
Chapter 2, verse 1.
Yeah.
My son, if thou come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation.
Come on.
Set thy heart aright.
Yeah.
And constantly endure.
Come on.
And make not haste in time of trouble.
So when you're going through your trial, when it says make not haste, you understand, it's letting you know have patience. Right? Don't be so quick to check out. Like, I'm tired of this truth. I'm tired of this guy's too many rogues. It's too much discipline. Right? That's the wrong mindset to be in. You're going to have to go through your trials and tribulations dealing with this God. Right? And in the end, it's for you to learn something about yourself. Because he already knows if you're going to pass or fail.
That's right.
So it's about you. You need to learn something about yourself.
Yeah.
All right? Come on, Hebrew.
Cleave unto him.
Do what?
Cleave unto him.
Uh-huh.
And depart not away, that thou mayest be increased at thy last end.
This is why you need to embrace adversity. Because if you get through this trial, you are increased by the Most High at your last end. Let's think if Job punked out at the beginning of his trial. He would never receive the double up at the end. Think if Messiah punked out and didn't go to the cross. Huh? You would never had salvation.
That's right.
Think if Shadrach, Meshach, and a bad Negro bowed to that image and wasn't thrown in that fiery furnace. You wouldn't know nothing about standing up for your God in the hell with an idol.
That's right.
You see what I'm saying? Though affliction don't seem good, it ain't supposed to seem good. But it's about you being increased in the end. All throughout the scriptures say, endure to the end and you shall be saved. So if it ain't about endurance, right? If you already there, why all these men and women have to go through these trials? What make you think you don't got to go through no trial? You see? So this is why we named the class Embrace Tribulation. Like, embrace that adversity.
That's right.
At something that's adverse is something that's like an opponent to you. It's something that's set against you. Right. You feel me? So when it says going through an adverse condition or adversity, you going through something that's against you. You're going through something that's against you, and you look at it like, oh, I don't want to go through that. But if you endure that and pass your test, you become increased at the end. Now, who don't want to increase? And we talking about not an increase in your paycheck. We talking about an increase from the Most High.
That's right.
That's what this whole thing is about. All right? El-Nam, you got something in the back?
I was going to say, so it's not like one always say, getting saved every day, getting saved every day. Read it, right?
Yeah, it's not once saved, always saved, because your name could be blotted out.
That's right.
Of the book. You feel me? That's like going to high school, we brought it up last night, showing up for the first day as a freshman, saying, I graduated.
You're right.
No, Nick Rowe, get your credits. You feel me? I get all your credits to become a senior, then you graduate. It's the same thing with salvation. You can start off on the road to salvation, but you can go left field at any time. You have to pass your test. You feel me? And you got men that didn't bat an eye at what the Most High told him to do, like Abraham.
That's right.
He didn't bat an eye. He was told, leave your country and everything you know out of here. What's next, Lord? Go down in the east, out of here. What's next? Offer up your son, done. What's next? He ain't bat an eye.
That's right.
Everything the Most High put on him, he took cheerfully. Today, you complain about it. Check yourself. Because in the end, if you endure and pass this, you become increased. All right, come on, Hebrew, let's read.
Cleave unto him,
Yeah.
and depart not away, that thou mayest be increased at thy last end.
Come on.
Whatsoever is brought upon thee, take cheerfully.
Take who?
Cheerfully.
Be angry.
Cheerfully.
You see that? Got me messed up, dog. Nobody walking my shoes. I'm going through that. And then you start throwing a pity party. You all the way out of order. Whatever you going through, you supposed to be smiling at that. I must be doing something right. And understand this, we talking about because of righteousness.
That's right.
We're not talking about because you out there robbing every bank, still selling dope, robbing, murdering, and raping, and you get caught by the boys. Boy, you brought that on yourself.
That's right.
We're not talking about that. We talking about because you decided to dedicate your mind and soul to the Most High, you have become an enemy of the world at this point. You understand? And the trials and tribulations start. Right? So he say, if that's the case, if you being righteous and you going through these tests or whatever, it say, take that cheerfully. Amen. Why are you so bow-legged in the shoulders? You feel me? All and everybody inbox wanting a pity party. No, that say take cheerfully. All right, come on, Hebrew.
And be patient when thou art changed to a low estate.
Yeah, the ups and downs. Many of us done lost jobs since we've been in this truth. You dig? Because when you first start out, boy, you be like a little firecracker. It be popping.
Don't it, boy?
You dig? They be like, sir, let me see you back here. You dig? You be like, dang, what happened? His brother got fired. As the years go on, you learn how to handle your sword a little more wisely. You dig? But we done lost jobs, lost plenty of jobs, starting out with this. You understand? So, okay, well, with the loss of income comes, you understand, a low estate.
Yeah.
You got to deal with that. You understand? And it say be patient when you change to a lower state. You may be driving one day, the next day be on the bus.
That's right.
What, you embarrassed or something? What's wrong? I just can't, you know, lights may be out. It may be more month than money.
That's right.
Light some candles.
Uh-oh.
You feel me? Like the little stuff you complain over really ain't nothing. Man, you can't get through that, you're not ready. Stay on your porch. Because this devil is about to turn it all the way up. It's time to show it. So you supposed to embrace this type thing when it happens. You feel me? If you being righteous as possible, striving your best to be down with the Most High, and you going through your tests and tribulations or whatever, you supposed to take that cheerfully and be patient. You feel me? What if Job wasn't patient? I'm gonna say it again. He'd have never got his double up at the end.
That's right.
Never. And you like Elder always says, this is a microwave generation. Every house you go in, the microwave on 2 seconds.
That's right.
Like you can wait 2 more seconds. But it's to get that. But that shows what? That we don't have patience as a people. You understand? You gotta have patience in this thing. That's a fruit of the spirit, right? And you arguing over something you have no concept of, time, as if you live forever. You checking about here early nowadays. Even if you 50 and you dying, that's not old, that's early. You gotta have patience, right? What else you saying, brother?
For gold is tried in the fire.
Beautiful.
And acceptable men in the furnace of adversity.
You see who the Most High accepts? Huh? Acceptable men in the furnace of adversity. That's who the Most High deal with. You understand? He can sit in the hot seat and come out better at the end. He can take them fiery darts. 1 minute, man, that's the brew, man. Yeah. Next minute, man, I don't like him. Later for him. Killer for him. Right? Everything ain't finna be smooth. Examine the life of our Messiah. They were screaming, save us now, Hosanna, Hosanna in the highest. And then the next breath, they were saying, crucify him. That's your life as an Israelite right there. They'll be bigging you up 1 second, and the next breath, hey, look, killer for him. We want his head. You understand? So he say acceptable men are found in the furnace of adversity. That's who the Most High deal with. That means you've been battle tested and approved. Even gold. Gold, when it's dug about the earth, is dusty. It got to get melted down and sent through the fire and then molded properly to come out shining at the end. Your faith is compared to that. You have to go through your fiery trial, man. It's part of the walk. So embrace it. Don't be scared of it like, ugh, that looked like, ugh. No, embrace it. Learn to love that. I must be doing something right then. Everybody hates you now. I'd rather be loved by the Most High, hated by everybody breathing. I'd rather be hated by all y'all in here, but loved by the Most High.
That's right.
All right, so acceptable men in the furnace of adversity. Embrace your trial you go through. Learn from it, because in the end, you're going to be better.
That's right.
All right, come on, Hebrew.
Believe in him, and he will help thee. Order thy way aright, and trust in him.
Come on.
Ye that fear the Lord, wait for his mercy.
That's right.
And go not aside, lest ye fall. Ye that fear the Lord, believe him, and your reward shall not fail.
Is it ink on paper, or do you believe what you're reading? Right. It say if you down with the Most High, cleave to him, believe in him, and he got you. No matter how it looked in the present. know he got you. All right, come on, Hebrew.
Ye that fear the Lord, hope for good, and for everlasting joy and mercy.
Hallelujah.
Look at the generations of old and see.
Go ahead.
Did ever any trust in the Lord and was confounded?
That's a question. It's like, look, check the Most High's rap sheet. Who trusted in him that he forsook? Nobody. You ain't got not one soul that say, well, I'm talking about really believe. Check these records. Bring me somebody that was down with him, and when it wasn't looking too good, you understand, and they trusted in him, and the Most High turned his back. It don't exist. Right? So why would it be different for you? Come on, Hebrew.
Or did any abide in his fear and was forsaken? Or whom did he ever despise that called upon him?
Excellent question. Come on.
For the Lord is full of compassion and mercy.
Come on.
Long suffering and very pitiful, and forgiveth sins and saveth in time of affliction.
See, he's saving that affliction, that fiery trial, that adversity. The Most High shows up. You showed up and showed out. And you said that because, you know, your light bill got paid. Showed up and showed out. Right. They talk about a light bill here.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Come on, man. If he can show up and show out for a light bill, surely he can do that for what you're going through. Come on, man. All right, come on, Hebrew.
Woe be to fearful hearts and faint hands and the sinner that goeth two ways.
See that woe? That woe means destruction is coming unless you get that right. See, because if you trust in the Most High, you wouldn't be fearful, and your hands wouldn't be faint, and you wouldn't be double-minded. Double-minded man is unstable in all his ways, according to the book of James, chapter 1, verse 8.
Yes, sir.
A double-minded man is unstable in all his ways. The scripture say, woe unto a man like that. Yes. You ain't established in your mind. It ain't to the casket. I thought it was to the casket drop right.
That's right.
What happened? Huh? As soon as a little something go down, your woman leave you, you all, you know, just in depression mode, ready to commit suicide. What's wrong? What's really going on around here?
That's right.
Huh? If you really believed in the Most High, you wouldn't be fearful. Your hands wouldn't be faint. You wouldn't be double-minded. Like, I'm rethinking this truth. I don't really know. All gods are like the same now, Mally. Think about it. Now you dropped your doctrine. It's all over for the brother.
Right.
It's double-minded. Oh, 1 minute it's Shalom, the next minute it's Hotep. What's going on with this brother? Double-minded. He's unstable as water. Scripture say woe unto somebody like that. I mean, judgment is coming unless he get himself together. The Most High requires not only obedience, but that you believe in him with every fiber of your being. Just like your child believe in you. If your child say, Daddy, I want to go to Michael's Arts and Crafts store. Can you please buy me? Okay, baby, I got you. And they don't think nothing else of it because they know my daddy is going to take me to Michael's Arts and Crafts store because I want to do an art project. Daddy got you. Right? And so just like that child believes wholeheartedly in what you say, you feel me? Why can't be 1,000,000 times more for the Most High? He said he got you. What you doubting for? What else you say, my brother?
Woe unto him that is faint-hearted, for he believeth not.
You see, a faint-hearted person don't believe this truth. All right, come on, Hebrew.
Therefore shall he not be defended.
You won't be defended because you don't believe, which means you don't have faith. Faith is very important in our way, in this thing of ours. All right, come on, Hebrew.
Woe unto you that have lost patience. And what will ye do when the Lord shall visit you?
Look at you, you done lost patience. I'm tired of praying. You say, my brother?
Judas lost patience.
Yeah, Judas did lose patience. And then you see what happened with him. Lost patience. All right, come on, Hebrew.
They that fear the Lord will not disobey his word.
Y'all heard that? If you really fear the Most High, it ain't no disobeying his word. You know how you send your children to school and you expect them to act right all the time? You don't say, hey, look, you represent me. Don't be in that school clowning.
That's right.
You can act right Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, but Thursday through Friday, have at it. You expect complete obedience all the time from your children, don't you?
That's right.
Because there ain't no, he can't bring you in the school. Well, because little Johnny was over there doing that, man, and I joined in because you be like, what I tell you? Kurt, what nobody else got going on? The Most High requires obedience all the time,
Yes,
not
sir.
when you feel like it. So if you really fear him, you obey him. All right, come on, bro.
And they that love him will keep his ways.
Beautiful.
They that fear the Lord will seek that which is well pleasing unto him. And they that love him shall be filled with the law.
Shall be filled with what?
With the law.
Shots fired at Creflo Dollar. Because his recent statement is the devil wants you to keep the law. So on a subtle diss, he just called the Most High the devil.
That's right.
That just said right there, and they that love him shall be filled with the law. Who you gonna believe? Let's read, my brother.
They that fear the Lord will prepare their heart.
That's right.
And humble their souls in his sight.
Come on.
Saying, we will fall into the hands of the Lord and not into the hands of men. For as his majesty is, so is his mercy.
Y'all heard that right there? You prepare your heart and your soul and your mind to get down with the Most High. No matter what you're going through, we're going to fall into the hands of the Most High and not men. We don't care what man can do to us. Who cares? Right? Drop it. Let's go to 1 Peter chapter 4 next.
As you like.
1 Peter chapter 4, my brother. Start around verse 12 for me. You understand? So look, we got to develop a mindset to embrace adversity. Embrace your trial you go through. You feel me? Don't be, oh, why me, Lord?
Right.
Why? Well, don't you want into the kingdom? Yeah, I do. Well, you have to pass your test to get into the kingdom. The Lord's not dealing with just any chump sucker that anybody can say they love the Lord. Right? The Lord's not dealing with just any chump sucker. You're going to have to be battle tested and approved. Everybody claims they love the Lord. Everybody claims they love the Most High until you be like, well, you know he has rules, right? You know there's rules to this thing. No, well, no. And, well, majority of the people, even though they say they love him, actually hate him. They actually hate him. Because they tell you right there in the commandments, he loved those that love him and that fear him and keep his commandments. And he hate those and gonna repay them to their face. So if love is keeping the commandments, hate is transgressing the commandments, which is sin. You show the Lord you hate him by going against him. You feel me? Thinking, don't nobody see me, I'm cool. I'm gonna get out. That's just a little white lie. It's just a little white lie, it's okay. Thinking you done got away with something. You actually are showing the Most High you hate him every time you go against him.
That's right.
And with your father, like, it's like, well, are you reading the scripture? Because the last time he visited the earth, he spared 8 people and a few animals. And that was with the element of water. This next element gonna be fire. Like, so if you really feared him, you actually will be holding yourself to a high standard out here.
That's right.
You wouldn't be accepting defeat. Like, well, you know, David committed adultery, so that's why I'm an adulterer.
Right.
No, David committed that and repented immediately and never did that ever again.
That's right.
You play Russian roulette with sin. That's what you do. You play around with it like I'm still breathing, knowing there's over 200,000 people that die every 24 hours.
Ooh, boy.
Your number coming up. Our number is coming up soon. It's over 200,000 to 300,000 people die every 24 hours on this earth. The Most High cashing chips in daily. Yeah, he cashing chips in daily. And you like, in your mind, you believe you got forever, even though you see death all around you.
That's right.
We done became insane with this scripture, man. We lose focus real quick. We ain't really tripping off what the Most High say until some type of pain or some type of death come. Then you super spiritual now.
When y'all think about what he's saying about the law, what Creflo and these other boys are saying, if you keep the law, you're in a cult. So what do we do about trying to do right? I'm just saying, so where are we at this point? If there's no law, how do we govern ourselves? What are we supposed to do? I mean, right. I'm just saying, how you gonna have it? If there's no law, then there's no instructions on how to be right. So right becomes whatever you choose at that point. Oh, man. And that's what it comes down to, y'all. And we understand the priesthood change, but The law never changed. I mean, stealing is stealing, ain't it? Has that changed? Look, at our father, like he was saying at school, when they call the principal office, you been clowning. And they say, you need to go to the principal office. The teacher got the bug. And when you get down there, they say your mother's on the phone. Oh. Hello? I'm beating your ass when you get home. Click her. And you still holding it like she's still talking. Okay. Boy, that clock is moving fast then, ain't it? And that's what the prophets used to come and just tell you. Yeah. Look, he gonna get you when you get home. Boy, that's a long day, ain't it? Huh? That clock ain't never moved that fast, have it? And then you go to sleep and I fix you something to eat in there. Okay, she tired. She tired. And then all of a sudden, didn't I tell you right here, son, we're gonna get you? And see, the Most High visit us in our dreams the same way. In your sleep. That's when it say the Most High come visit you in your sleep. Where he can get your full attention, where you moving and can't nobody come and save you. It's on you now. You solo.
Boys start knocking at the door.
What? Go ahead, bro.
Serious thing, man. We in 1 Peter chapter 4.
Verse 1.
No, 12. I started 12 for me. 12 on down. Started verse 11. Not. 1 Peter chapter 4. We dealing with embracing the adversity. Embrace that trial. Something that's adverse is something that's set against you. You're like, dang, I done came to this truth. I done lost friends. I ain't as popular no more.
Right.
You feel me? Everybody think I'm an L7. I mean, we done had, I don't know, ever since I done been down, it's never a dull moment. It's always action. It's always something cracking. You be like, wow, that ain't never been dull. Like we just nuns or something. We just, you know what I'm saying? Like we just sitting up listening to opera music all day. No, no, it's always been on and cracking 24/7. You be like, phone be ringing. You be like, boy, I can't believe that's happening. The news it become more alive to you because that's prophecy popping. You feel me? And then in the age of social media, see, the elders didn't have social media, brothers didn't have social media. No. Social media in this age is even more intensified.
All we had was the world newspaper.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah, you wake up, boy, you have about 100 Facebook notifications. So-and-so has tagged you into this.
Yeah, back then it was debate face to face.
Yeah.
Online.
Let's get it, y'all. 1 Peter chapter 4, the brother wants to start at verse 11.
1 Peter chapter 4, verse 11.
Yes, sir.
If any man speak, let him speak as the oracles of Yahweh.
Y'all hear that? That's an order. If anybody is trying to, especially we was talking about you earlier, sister. Like anybody bringing you something, make sure they coming out the scripture.
Right. Firing
out the scripture to where you understand it. I ain't talking about just reading one line and say, yeah, well, you know, sister, see, what that basically said was, and close. No, understand it to where you can leave from there and teach the same thing.
That's right.
Right? If any man speaking or teaching this, he need to be coming out the scripture. Well, I know what the Bible says, but what do you think? That's what we hearing now.
Right. Right.
What you mean what I think? It don't matter what I think.
Right.
You feel me? We talking about the scripture. So if anybody claiming to be spiritual or whatever, and they a teacher of this word, whether they up here or not up here, because everybody teaching their own capacity. You can be in the store breaking somebody off or whatever.
That's right.
Make sure you're coming out the word of the Most High and not winging an answer. All right. If any man speak as the oracles of the Most High. What else you say, my brother?
If any man speak, let him speak as the oracles of Yahweh. If any man minister, let him do it as of the ability which Yahweh giveth, that Yahweh in all things may be glorified through Yahweh Shah the Christ, to whom be praise and dominion forever and ever. Amen.
Amen.
Beloved, think it not strange concerning the fiery trial which is to try you, as though some strange thing happened unto you.
You heard that? Later for the pity party, man. You understand? Think it not strange concerning your fiery trial, as if something strange happened to you. That's just me, dog. You know what I'm saying? Why me?
Why me, right?
No, it say think it not strange. Matter of fact, based off what we just read in the Apocrypha, you should know, hey, a trial is coming if you ain't already in one.
That's right.
You should be looking for it.
Yeah.
You understand? If you ain't going through something, that means something wrong. I mean, I'm talking about for righteous sake. You understand? Not because you out here sinning, for righteous sake. If somebody at least ain't talk bad about you or something, girl, she a black Jew now, girl. She into that Bible a little too tough now. You feel me? It's gonna be something. Mockery, you know, whispering, backbiting, joning.
Yeah.
You feel me? Him and his band of misfits. Hanging out at the Hebrew house. Hand your ear, raise your hand, your ear. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You and your band of misfits hanging out at the Hebrew house. You gonna get something said about you. You gonna get something, somebody gonna say something about what you doing. You feel me? Get ready for it. That's,
yes, sir.
That's why he say think it not strange.
Right.
Think it not strange. All right, come on, Hebrew. Band of misfits.
Verse 13.
Yeah.
But rejoice, inasmuch as you are partakers of Christ's suffering, that when his glory shall be revealed, ye may be glad also with exceeding joy.
Now it says rejoice, not get mad. They over there talking about me. They got me messed up. I'm ready to go over there and handle all them with these scriptures. Scripts say rejoice. You feel me? You'll get used to it in a minute. You'll develop what's called a sound mind, a thick skin real quick. Because you can't exchange evil for evil.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? All your cousins over there joning on you. Nigga, I remember when you, boy, used to fall asleep under the Christmas tree. Now you're Moses.
Yeah.
You gonna get that. You gonna get all that.
Boy, was you snuggled up under the tree?
They got pictures of me, boy. They be like, man, is that Molly? Man, I was asleep under that deal.
Boy, now they got pictures of you with 10 tables of stone, like 2 tables.
Yeah. Now you're Moses.
That's crazy, yeah.
Yeah, you gonna get all that. They gonna talk bad about you like a dog. You feel me? But you defeat that with love. You don't respond back. Nigga, I remember you used to be at the whole house. Who you talking about? Yeah, later for all that back and forth.
Yeah.
You feel me? Later for the back and forth. Say, you know, laugh like me. I laugh when people join on me. Laugh at it. Right. That was a good one. Yeah. And they're like, hey, look, but love you too. It's all good. Whenever y'all ready to talk about these scriptures, I'm always ready. Y'all know my number. Because the scriptures say rejoice when you go through these things. Now, what you get mad for? What you bow-legged in the shoulder, ready to reveal all your people business on Facebook? You ready? Like you say one more thing about my God, dog. It's gonna be like that. Huh? I'm posting all your business on Facebook. Come on, man. You supposed to be rejoicing when people are getting at you for being righteous.
That's right.
You understand? Rejoice because you have a great reward. Now, who get mad at a great reward in heaven? What you mad about? You feel me? Loosen up a little bit. Get some thick skin. Laugh at them when they join on you. They talk about my head all the time. They got a chrome. The nigga head big, yeah. Big features. It is what it is.
Right. Right.
All right, now what?
Right.
You feel me? You take all that away. Whatever.
Yeah.
But look, love you too, though. It's all good. And I'm always here to rap about these scriptures when you're ready.
That's
you know
right.
what I'm saying? You get ready. Messiah was called a devil. You feel me? He was called all types of a wine bibber, a glutton. Did you see him acting, getting bow-legged in the shoulders, slapping the Pharisees up because they were talking bad, and then they talk bad about his mama. Y'all know that, right? His mama got pregnant when his daddy wasn't around. What do you call that? Huh? We know what happened because we're on a spiritual level. But for those that are carnal, if the mama got pregnant and the daddy was off building houses, what is that called? Well, you know what it's called. Mattress back, right? So can you imagine what they were saying about Christ's mama while he was off doing the work of his father? Can you imagine what they were saying about Miriam or Mary? She was called all type of bad names.
That's right.
You see him getting all bow-legged, they got me messed up, man. You don't even see that. He kept doing the work that he was called to do. The scriptures say rejoice. So check yourself when people start talking bad about you. You should start smiling. Say, hey, I must be doing something right here.
That's right.
That's what's up. Embrace adversity. All right? Come on, my brother. Hold on. Did you have something, sister? I know you was waving.
She just trying to get out of my... She don't let go of this anger.
It's all, we get it. That's our little sister. It's all good. We get it together.
She said unless if it's self-defense or retaliation, because no.
Hey, look, it's all, we get it together. But look, you got every right to defend. You ain't no, the Lord don't say nothing about being a slap target.
You're right.
You got every right to defend yourself and all that. But again, too, like we know the young generation, they be like, I'm trying to pull up. What's good? Right. We know what they're talking about.
Right.
You dig?
Right.
Yeah. See, we know what they're talking about.
Yeah.
And we gotta learn to put the fire out, and not add fuel to the fire. You feel me? And you do that by showing love to your people. When the last time you actually prayed for your people that get on your nerves? Because it said in the scripture, pray for your enemies. Your enemies are there in your own household. And you know he ain't talking about bless the Klan and the neo-Nazi. So he talking about your own family.
That's right.
So these uncles and aunties and cousins you got a problem with, or even your spouse. When the last time you prayed for them? You see that?
Boy, it's silent up in there.
It's silent because it's so easy to say, nigga, you got me messed up. It's easy to get tight-lipped and grit your teeth. Right? But Messiah say, pray for him. He was getting crucified and said, Father, forgive them. They don't even know what they doing. Not you. We don't do that today.
No.
Stephen was getting stoned and said the same thing. Father, forgive them. They don't know what they doing. His own people were persecuting him. They wasn't bow-legged in the shoulder, cussing everybody out. They embraced the trial they had to go through. You feel me? They loved it. They dealt with it. Now, before they crucified Messiah, they was calling for his stoning 40 days earlier. Before Abraham was, I am. Oh, this nigga's blaspheming.
Right.
They ready to kid. Yeah,
right.
He had to slide up out of there. Mama D.
And also, Malachi, as you get older, your heart can't take all of that
stress and
That's
right.
So a lot of times you have to learn how to let things just roll down.
Yeah. That's right. That's right. We matter of fact, we got a brother and sister that I don't see him here today. When we was talking about anger the last time, they had a close friend that had just died earlier in the week. He got so mad he died. You feel me? Anger left unchecked will kill you, man. You understand? So we need to learn to love our people, and you do that by not adding fuel to the fire. It's easy to say, nigga, what's good then?
Right.
Man, that's real easy. You feel me? But if you say, look, bless you, brother. Bless you,
right.
Cause him.
Right.
Boy, you took the spirit right off
What
of
they say, don't be blessed.
Don't be blessing me, nigga. Got me messed up.
Right.
You blessing me?
Right, you done messed up the argument.
Yeah, you bless and not curse. You feel me? And then in doing that spiritual warfare, you're taking that dark spirit right up off your love. Bless you too.
That saved a brother's life. Brother was at the point of murdering his brother, had his gun out and everything. Brother came out with a Bible and made. Brother told me, he said, man, before I knew it, I had put my gun in my pocket and I was sitting there listening to him teach me the Bible. He said, but 5-10 minutes prior to that, they had gotten, this is AZ little brother.
Yeah, that's right, yeah.
So 5 to 10 minutes prior to that, they had gotten so heated that murder was about to go down. But
that's right.
The guy came to the scene, excuse me, with that intent to murder. And they got into a little conflict. And he told them, he said, wait right here, I'll be right back. He said, so brother telling me the whole story. He said, man, so I'm standing out there with my gun in my hand because I know he coming back out strapped. He said, so I'm gonna beat him to the punch. He said he came out the door with a big old Bible. He said he looking like, wait. He said he just threw him completely for a loop. Because he like, wait a minute, man. This dude brought a Bible out? He said, man, before he knew it, he was sitting on the steps listening to him, teaching him the Bible. He said within 5 minutes, he had put his gun in his pocket and he was sitting there getting schooled. And so now the brother is into the word.
Hallelujah.
Yeah.
He said, but he never expected that. He said he'd been wanting to kill his brother for a while. And he said this was his perfect opportunity. Nobody was around or anything. He said he had it. He said, but he came out with that Bible and it changed his whole perspective.
That Bible was way more powerful than your little pop gun.
Right.
You feel me? That's how you learn to do spiritual warfare with your people. And then we can start healing this nation. You feel me? Instead of jumping on swole and that happened, end up killing somebody. in your anger. You did? Come on, Hebrew. Let's finish this off real quick.
14.
Yeah.
If ye be reproached for the name of Christ, happy are ye.
Sad are ye.
Happy are ye.
Angry are ye.
Happy are ye. For the spirit of glory and of Yah resteth upon you. On their part he is evil spoken of, but on your part he is glorified.
See, you supposed to be happy because the spirit of the Almighty rests on you. If you reproach for being right, the spirit of the Almighty rests upon you. Who gets sad or mad at that? Come on, Hebrew.
But let none of you suffer as a murderer, or as a thief, or as an evildoer, or as a busybody in other men's matters.
So take that out. So all your little crimes that you doing out here, don't, you know, well, I'm being persecuted for the truth. And you out here committing all type of crimes. No, you locked up because you're evil. That's what has happened. You locked up because you went against them laws and they caught up with you.
That's right.
Right? That's not being persecuted for the truth. All right? Come on, Hebrew.
Yeah, a busybody in other men's affairs, a matter.
Gossiping.
Gossiping.
Yeah, that's one of the main things. Yeah.
Loose lips sink ships.
Verse 16.
Verse 16.
Yeah.
Yet if any man suffer as a Christian.
Right, a follower of Messiah.
That's right.
That's all Christian means. It's in the Bible 3 times, and it simply means you follow the anointed, the Messiah. That's all it means.
Law, statutes, and judgments, not the church covenant.
That's right. That's right. Come on, Hebrew.
Yet if any man suffer as a Christian, let him not be ashamed, but let him glorify Yahweh on this behalf.
Hallelujah.
For the time has come that judgment must begin at the house of Yahweh. And if it first began at us, what shall the end be of them that obey not the gospel of Yahweh?
Come on.
And if the righteous scarcely be saved, where shall the ungodly and the sinner appear?
You see, it said the righteous scarcely gonna be saved. That means we gonna be getting in by the skin of your teeth. And so if the righteous barely gonna be saved, where shall the unrighteous or the ungodly and the sinner appear? The time has come that judgment. See, judgment, we right here, we at the door.
That's right.
You see all type of stuff happening, prophecy being fulfilled. And it said it begins at the house of the Most High. To the Jew first, right? Right? And if it begin at us, what they say about everybody else that don't even obey this truth? And it said the righteous barely or scarcely gonna be saved. That should make everyone in here make their calling and election sure.
That's right.
Be sure about this thing.
Many are called, but few are chosen.
Hallelujah.
That's definitely an extra scripture that those individuals try to say that they're saved.
Yeah.
You feel me? How can you just be saved by one good confession? This scripture just said right here, scarcely be saved.
Yeah, scarcely. No, it don't. It actually calls you to hold yourself to a high standard daily. You feel me? Because you keep in your head, the righteous scarcely gonna be saved.
Right.
You feel me? It make you check yourself daily. And that's what the Most High wants you to do. Ain't nothing wrong with that, man. He don't want you like losing attention on or focus on what it is out there. You supposed to be daily be like, let me get myself together. At the end of your day, you supposed to be like, okay, I could have said that a little different.
That's right.
I could have made that move a little better. You feel me? You supposed to be reflecting and meditating over your day at the end of it. You understand? Get up in the morning, get your prayers off, and be circumspect about the moves that you make, the things that you say, the decisions you make. Everything is weighed in the balance. You see, the Most High is all about law and order and accountability. Everything that you do, the books, remember they say it tell you in Revelation, the books are open. You understand? Books got to be balanced. Let's read, my brother.
Verse 18. And if the righteous scarcely be saved, where shall the ungodly and the sinner appear?
Come on.
Wherefore, let them that suffer according to the will of Yahweh commit the keeping of their souls to him in well-doing, as unto a faithful creator.
You see that? It said, commit your souls to the Most High, well-doing as unto a faithful creator. If you suffering for righteous sake, know that the Most High got you. You feel me? But it's a prerequisite to go through your fiery trial, to be increased at your last end, to be accepted into the kingdom of heaven.
That's right.
It's a prerequisite. You feel me? You take college courses, don't they have prerequisites? Huh? Meaning you gotta qualify for this before you even join this.
That's right.
Before you even get into the kingdom of heaven, you gotta be pre-qualified. You understand? It is what it is. I need Luke chapter 6. I know you got something, Daddy.
No,
you got something. Okay, Luke chapter 6. Luke chapter 6, I need 20 through 26 real quick. Then we're gonna get into some of these stories. You're gonna get into some of these stories about men that embrace their adversity or that adverse condition that was set against them. And how in the end, look, all the stories got a common denominator. In the end, the Most High increased them. Their faith were increased. They became mighty men of the Most High. Sisters too.
That's right.
We got plenty of scriptures about stand-up sisters in her. Esther and Judith and Deborah. And it go on. What's our sister in Romans 16? Phoebe and them.
Yeah.
We got plenty scriptures about. So this ain't just with the men, it's with the sisters as well.
Yeah. I mean,
you understand?
The feast we got coming up. Purim.
Yeah, Purim. Break it up, Daniel.
Look, it was on the 13th. You got on your shoulders, my whole nation finna be destroyed.
Yeah.
And think about these Assyrians was so crazy, they sent it out, they said to every post office, to every province, in every language, we killing y'all on the 13th. Now how you look like getting a letter? Open it up, see what it say. We're going to kill you on the 13th. Who the hell is this from? Haman. Signed Haman. Check and see, call down south and see, we got the same letter. The same letter. That's right. Y'all think about that. And that was on her shoulders and she made a power move. Directed by her elder cousin that some think is uncle, but elder cousin Mordecai instructing from outside. And nobody even think once she was married to a Persian king.
Yep.
Not once, you know, because we're looking at the feet, but we're looking at what had to happen. A permissive will had to happen.
That's right.
For the king to be on our side. But it lets you know that the king had a good heart because the woman that was on his side, the first woman, was rough on it. Yeah. Talked about him like a dog in front of everybody. Who cares about the king? Right. And they like, how you gonna say that about him? So he got to see, like I say, a righteous woman, but it had to be that situation or we wouldn't be sitting in here today. At least the majority of us. Yeah. Because the hit was on, y'all, and that's where that term, something bad happens on Friday the 13th. They were saying at that time, it will be on what we call a Friday. Just like now, Friday the 13th is Monday. You know, Friday the 13th coming up. How do you prep yourself for something may bad happen? So now you get in a car accident, it's Friday the 13th. That's why I have, no, that ain't that type of faith we're talking about. You just got over in the lane too fast, that's all. If it had been the 12th, it's the same thing. Don't cut over with your blinker. At least give them this. My bad. Go ahead, bro.
We need Luke chapter 6. Luke chapter 6, we need verses 20 through 26. Luke chapter 6. Embrace the adverse trial. Yes, embrace that adversity. You're learning something about yourself. And in the end, you get an increase. Who don't want to increase?
That's right.
Who don't want a blessing from the Most High?
You'd be surprised.
Yeah, no doubt, bro. All right, Luke chapter 6.
That's like you like shit.
Okay. Luke chapter 6, verse 20. And he lifted up his eyes on his disciples and said, Blessed be ye poor, for yours is the kingdom of Yahweh. Blessed are ye that hunger now, for ye shall be filled. Blessed are ye that weep now, for ye shall laugh. Blessed are ye when men shall hate you.
Hold on, you're blessed when men shall what?
Hate you.
Wow.
And when they shall separate you from their company, and shall reproach you, and cast out your name as evil, for the Son of Man's sake.
So the question is, who getting mad at blessings?
Right.
All this going on with you and you angry. But they say, blessed are you when people do you like that. for righteousness, for the Son of Man's sake. You get angry though, right? Come on, Hebrew.
Verse 23.
Yeah.
Rejoice ye in that day, and leap for joy.
And not only rejoice, jump, leap for joy.
That's right.
Come on, Hebrew.
For behold, your reward is great in heaven. For in the like manner did their fathers unto the prophets.
He say every righteous brother that came before you, the prophets and all them, they went through the same thing.
That's right.
Their name was cast out as evil. They were hated. They were separated from. For righteousness' sake. Messiah said, that's a blessing for you. Then he said, rejoice and leap for joy, for your reward is great in heaven. What you angry about a blessing and a great reward in heaven for?
To never be sick, never die, never weep, never.
Right. You angry at that. What is you angry for? Man, they over there slandering me, dog. Well, you supposed to be, I ain't seen no jumping up for joy and leaping. Thanking the Most High. Why I don't hear the hallelujah?
Right.
Oh, man, they talking bad about you because of that Bible. Hallelujah.
Right.
Now, you get angry and want to go fight.
Right.
Embrace your affliction, man. Embrace that adversity. All right, come on, Hebrew.
Verse 24.
Yeah.
But woe unto you that are rich, for ye have received your consolation.
Wow.
Woe unto you that are full, for ye shall hunger. Woe unto you that laugh now, for ye shall mourn and weep.
Oof.
Woe unto you when all men shall speak well of you. For so did their fathers to the false prophets.
Yeah, they speak well about the false prophets like Creflo Dollar and them.
Right.
They speak well about them.
Right.
But the scriptures say, look, woe unto that. So if everyone's speaking well of you, then there's a problem. Right. It should be some type of
in Moses' seat.
Yeah, it's a problem. Everybody speaking well of you for your newfound belief.
That's right.
Somebody gonna be offended. Somebody gonna be angry at you. You understand? But he say, look, that's a blessing. That's what's up. That means, look, that you walk in the line or that thin, narrow path that all the prophets walked.
That's right.
Was the Messiah aiming his ministry to make everybody happy? Was that his walk? I'm here to make Caiaphas happy and all the Pharisees happy. And you see little Nicodemus over there. Everybody. All the Sadducees and them. Just make everyone happy.
Hey, right.
And exuberant, this feeling of love.
Willy Wonka.
Yeah, Willy Wonka, right. No. You understand? I'm doing this right here. This is a mission from the Most High. And I got to get it done. And in that, I'm not going to be loved by the world, but I'll be loved by the Heavenly Father. You see that? So you get a blessing if you're going through this adversity. So embrace it. Learn to love it. Must be doing something right. You think everybody talk good about Daniel Solomon? A brother Jacob on the radio? Y'all know he got enemies. Y'all know nobody else got enemies. You know Jake got him some enemies out here. You feel me? But it ain't enemies because Jacob out here robbing and stealing and committed iniquity. He may have talked very rough to some goat riders and you know, check some heathens. But hey, it's that sin.
Right.
You feel me? They angry at that brother for using a lot of passion, but exposing darkness.
Right.
He's exposing darkness in the end and got a long line of enemies behind him. You think Jacob get mad over that? He said, get in line. Click him. You know what I'm saying? Leave it at that. You know that one brother trying to join on Daniel at one time? And me. Boy, we laughed with him like, whoa.
Yeah.
What he call you the what?
Yeah, the Negro Ed McMahon.
Hey, like y'all laughing, we laugh. Oh, we fell out laughing like, oh, that was a good one.
Yeah.
I forgot what they called me. He called me the.
Oh yeah, what they say?
I forgot what he called me.
Yeah.
Something crazy.
Yeah.
Bad. Some type of.
Thuglicious.
we like, dang. But we laughed at it.
Yeah.
We like, hey, you know, man, we must be doing something right around here. It's funny, ain't it? All right, let's get into this, y'all.
Well, see, you gotta have thick skin with this, though, y'all, because if you don't, we see the things that they said to our Messiah. Y'all got to understand that. These people talked about somebody they knew that was in charge. They just didn't want to accept it. And know they're going to be in charge on Judgment Day. So if they said that thing, what do you think they care about you and what they say? So you got to be able to thicken up the skin to say these things. But we expert Jonahs around here. Right. We know when we hear a good one.
Yeah. We'll laugh with you.
A white guy said something about us. He said, that Hebrew one show, all y'all bunch of angry Negroes. And then they had like a little caption of all three of us. They had Jacob. Heathens ain't nothing, ain't gonna never be nothing. Daniel, that's right, that's right. And then they had Malachi. Give me that script. Jake, Malachi, give me that script. John 3:16. You know, and they had the whole little thing right there. But that was funny. I mean, we didn't get angry at that. We hee-hawed about it. What we say, when you get through chapter and verse, tell us where we went left field at. We can laugh with you.
Yeah. Go on, laugh with you. They was like, boy, these boys are insane out here. But you, hey, leap for joy, rejoice. All right, well, we gonna do that. Go ahead, Yoel.
Hey, for y'all know, I think that Hebrews 11, 31 to 40.
You said Hebrews 11?
Hebrews 11,
30 through 40? Yeah, let's do that, and then we do this Daniel 3. We get into the story. Hebrews chapter 11. Hebrews 11, verse 31 through 40. If you can, read verse 1 and 6 for me. 1 and 6, and then jump down to verse 31. 1 and 6? Yeah, 1 and 6. Yeah, and then just jump down to verse 30 and read on out. The chapter of faith, Hebrews the 11th chapter.
Reading in the book of Hebrews, chapter 11, verse 1. Now faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. So we'll jump down to verse 6. But without faith, it is impossible to please him. For he that cometh to Yah must believe that he is, and that he is a rewarder of them that diligently seek him. Okay, jump down to verse 30. Basically saying if you don't believe in the Most High, you can't please him. Impossible. You can't please him. It's impossible. You must believe wholeheartedly in him. All right, now we're going to see that once you believe in him, those that had the major league faith, miracles got the cracking off for them. You read earlier about the fearful man and how he won't be defended. Read that in Sirach chapter 2. You know what I'm saying? Because he believeth not, meaning he don't got faith. But for those that got major league faith, the bigger the faith, the bigger the miracles. Miracles crack off. Let's see, verse 31. The book of Hebrews, chapter 11, verse 30.
Read 30, yeah, 30, there you go. That's right.
By faith, the walls of Jericho fell down after they were compassed about 7 days. Beautiful. By faith, the harlot Rahab perished not with them that believed not, when she had received the spies with peace. And what shall I more say? For the time would fail me to tell of Gideon, and of Barak, and of Samson, and of Jephthah, of David also, and Samuel, and of the prophets, who through faith subdued kingdoms, wrought righteousness, obtained promises, stopped the mouths of lions.
See all these miracles because they really believe this thing? Miracles. Come on, Hebrew.
Quenched the violence of fire, escaped the edge of the sword, out of weakness were made strong, waxed valiant in fight, turned to flight the armies of the alien.
Come on.
Women received their dead raised to life again, and others were tortured. not accepting deliverance, that they might obtain a better resurrection.
Come on.
And others had trial of cruel mockings and scourgings, yea, moreover, of bonds and imprisonment.
All this because you believe in the truth. It's part of it, man. Imprisonments, cruel mockings, trials, being tortured, right? Going through that fiery trial. It's part of this walk. You know what I mean? But in the end, you become increased.
That's right.
So you embrace that, right? When we read about these brothers in Daniel 3, they had to embrace that. Even though they was threatened with death, they had to embrace it, right? And you see the increase at the latter end. All right, come on, Hebrew.
Verse 37.
Yeah.
They were stoned.
Woof.
They were sawn asunder.
Come on.
Were tempted. Were slain with the sword. They wandered about in sheepskins and goatskins, being destitute, afflicted, tormented. Of whom the world was not worthy.
Of whom the world was what?
Was not worthy.
All these brothers was sawn in half, stoned. And they say the world wasn't worthy of these righteous men of the Lord, man. Righteous men and women, right? Because they enemies of the world, so they say, look, kill them. But the world wasn't even worthy of them. And they believed so much that they were even sawn in half, like the prophet Isaiah. His own people sawn him in half. They put him in a log and sawed him in half. Because they didn't even want to hear the word no more. His own people did that to him. And he was in the spirit like, yeah, all right,
that's right.
I got next.
He didn't flinch.
Didn't even flinch yet. He was so much in the spirit, he didn't even flinch. Because of faith. Because of belief. You feel me? Now look, you got a false doctrine out here called Islam. Right? But them cats really believe that. Y'all know that, right? Islam. They really believe that. And it's a false ideology. It's a false belief. It's a false God. But they really believe that. Anytime you put you a dynamite vest on to get at your enemy,
you believe that.
You believe that. Yeah. Like you not playing no games out here. Right? And they bought that life with a false God. Man.
Right.
You understand? Like what that say about us? And I know we're not saying put no dynamite vest on, but are you willing? But are you willing when that trial come, when the hit go down on all the followers of the Messiah? Are you willing to take it there like these brothers?
To the extreme.
Brother was sawn in half. He had to embrace that though.
That's
man.
right.
You feel me? He ain't like, ooh, that looked like it hurt. Ooh. You feel me? Then you punk out or something like that. You understand if you in this walk, that trial is coming.
That's right.
You feel me? And you have to pass that final test. Don't flunk. Because you won't get your increase in the fight at your final end. So these brothers believed it to the point to where they was willing to be stoned, sawn in half, fed to lions, thrown in fiery furnaces. They was willing to do all that. You understand?
To the end.
Instead of going against their God.
That's right.
See, that's the mindset we all need to have. You feel me? I'm dead before I go against the creator of heaven and earth.
That's right.
You understand? You raise your children in the same vibration. Same vibration. There's nothing wrong with that. But see, that's an unstoppable nation right there. If all of us think like, look, we dead before we go against the creator of heaven and earth. No one has power over you at that point. Because the only control they got over you is they threaten you with death. And you're like, ooh, that look like that hurt. Okay. You feel me? But if the threat of death is off the table, you're uncontrollable at that point.
Right.
They're going to start calling you radical.
Right.
Brother's radical.
Right.
He didn't flinch when I told him I had an upside down guillotine reversible.
Right.
Well, you got to look at the blade drop. He didn't flinch. He told me bring it on.
Right. That's when the report go out. Approach with caution.
Yeah. He's not a normal Negro.
Right.
He really believes this. All right. I think, bro, you had something in the back up?
Yeah, I just want to say, the enemy go hard in the paint. You know what I'm saying? So we need to go as hard as the enemy go.
That's right.
Yeah, in spirit, you need to be.
Like they write creeds, man, and you know they got a whole set of laws that go by. They go hard with that, man. So I think we need to go as hard as they go.
Yeah, in the spirits, we do. We can't let just because they got pocket drones and hellfire missiles,
right?
And whatever else they got, this new G5 taking out whatever you got going on. You feel me? Regardless of what you got on the table, no deal.
Right.
There ain't no compromising. There ain't no turning back. no matter what kind of death you got on the table. I'm not going against the creator of heaven and earth. And that's the mindset these brothers had. They didn't care if you threw them in a lion's den. What that mean to me? I still ain't bowing to you.
And y'all think about it, they let you know that their power is so limited. They are trying to create weaponry or aircraft that can equal to them ships that led us out of Egypt. That was over 3,000 years ago.
That's right.
Y'all see, this is a supernatural spaceship that they are still working on. That was 3,000 years ago. They came so why would you fear something that they're trying to get up to speed at, to be at war with? We way past that. You're talking about a chariot of the Most High. Y'all get into some Jasher 3 and 4 and see how it breaks that chariot down, just like Ezekiel saw that same chariot. Elijah, I'm sorry, y'all saw that same chariot and its speed and power. This is what they're trying to do at NASA. This is what they're doing at Area 51. And that event took place 3,000 years ago, let alone before that. So they're trying to catch up, not us. So when we see pocket drones and stuff, that's lightweight work. Yeah, to destroy the world, but it can't do nothing about what's coming, and they know that. All the F-15s they got ain't gonna be able to do nothing with that chariots that's coming. That's right. And driven with supernatural power. This is from old, and they still can't get the technology. That's right. Everything they try, they still talking about not China. We gonna try to go to the moon. When you see a spaceship, it's right here, and then pure one is gone. What we got to gonna do that? The fastest they got is Mach 2 or 3. That's 800 miles an hour times 2 or 3. What is that?
2,400.
They say things are flying under radar. We can't even pick it up. It could be right in front of them and they don't even see it. They haven't got to this technology, so why should we fear their power, so to speak, under them guidelines? Their fire don't compare to the Most High's fire. That's right. Two different type of fires. That thermonuclear can't even come close to sulfur and brimstone coming from on high with the speed is coming and busting through that atmosphere. Because nothing ever grows again. Sodom and Gomorrah ain't never, ever grew again.
Never recovered?
Never recovered.
You can see films about Sodom and Gomorrah, the ashes, and they find a little brimstone ball embedded in the grounds and everything. I mean, nothing could ever grow over there forever, ever.
I just watched a documentary on it. They found that in the 5 cities around it.
So it proves the scriptures, it proves the prophecies written.
So y'all, the Most High never make your trial where he tempts you with evil.
That's right.
You have to be certain that you don't say my evil way has been a trial from the Most High. No, he don't do that. He ain't got no use for the sinner. Let me just read this right quick now. These verses. Ecclesiastes chapter 15, it's in the Apocrypha, 15 and 10. For praise shall be uttered in wisdom, and the Lord will prosper it. Say not thou, it is through the Lord that I fell away. For thou oughtest not to do the things that he hateth. Say not thou, he hath caused me to err. For he hath no need of the sinful man. The Lord hateth all abominations, and they that fear Yah love it not. You can't love abomination. And if that's where your trial came because you love an abomination, that wasn't a trial from the Lord. That was Satan. That's for a sinful man. Ain't got no use for no sinful man. If you going through adversity and you checked all of the records and you say, this one ain't on me. This is because I'm spreading the word of the Lord. Hallelujah. I done checked everything. This one ain't on me. But you know when the one on you because it said the Most High repay you to your face. Look you right here like he looks all. I told you. I told you me and you through. We through. You don't want to hear that. Go ahead, bro.
Back to the Hebrews?
Yeah, back to the Hebrews, finish it off. Let's get into this Daniel chapter 3 after that.
The book of Hebrews, chapter 11, verse 38.
Yes, sir.
of whom the world was not worthy. They wandered in deserts and in mountains and in dens and caves of the earth. Oof. And these all, having obtained a good report through faith, received not the promise.
The promise that was given to Abraham, which is the kingdom of heaven.
That's right.
Like they closed their eyes, still believing in the promise. Still believing, right? We lose patience today. I wish the Lord hurry up. Come on, Hebrew.
Yah, having provided some better things for us, that they without us should not be made perfect.
Flat out. Let's get this is Daniel the 3rd chapter. Yes, ma'am.
Chapter 12, 5 through 9.
Let's do. Yeah, the chastening. That's right, sister. That's right. Go to Hebrews 12. Y'all go over one chapter. Hebrews 12, 5 through 9.
4 through 9.
Okay. We can go where y'all want to go. It's all good, baby.
The book of Hebrews.
Man, read might as well 1 through 9. Too close. Too close. Yeah. Start at verse 4 and don't go back to 1, man.
The book of Hebrews, chapter 12, verse 1. Wherefore, seeing we also are compassed about with so great a cloud of witnesses, let us lay aside every weight and the sin which doth so easily beset us, and let us run with patience the race that is set before us, looking unto Yeshua, the author and finisher of our faith, who for the joy that was set before him endured the cross.
You say for the what set before him?
For the joy that was set before him endured the cross.
That was joyful. He like, look, if I got to go through that for my Father's will to be done, then so be it. And he endured that execution state. He endured that. You feel me? Was put to death and then resurrected and live forevermore. That's powerful, man. You dig? Today, as soon as something is inconvenience to you, you start looking for a reason to stop doing this or jump ship. You feel me? Or you lose your level of devotion to the Most High.
That's right.
You feel? I'm talking about inconvenience like the electric got cut off or something, or the internet, there's no more Wi-Fi.
Uh-oh.
The nigga don't have no Wi-Fi today, boy, he be ready to lose it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's little stuff that you be losing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Your level of devotion to the Most High over, so are you really serving him? All right, come on, Hebrew.
Despising the shame, and is set down at the right hand of the throne of Yah.
Hallelujah.
For consider him that endured such contradiction of sinners against himself, lest ye be weary and faint in your mind.
It say, man, consider the Messiah. Look, who didn't die for his own transgressions, died for ours. So whenever you start thinking, I'm tired of this, I'm losing my level of devotion, they say, consider the Messiah who died for not doing anything wrong. Who died because he didn't even transgress his Father. You transgress his Father.
That's right.
So if you start thinking, I'm getting tired of this walk, I'm getting bored or whatever, you really need to examine the life of the Messiah. You feel me? Because he went through what he went through and he wasn't found guilty before the Heavenly Father. Right? So next time you think about complaining and fat mouthing, trip off the one that laid his life down for you. All right, come on, Hebrew.
Verse 4.
Yeah.
Ye have not yet resisted unto blood, striving against sin.
You see what he said? You ain't got a paper cut on you about the kingdom.
Right.
And you ready to clock out. And this is too hard. You ain't got a paper cut on you. You ain't dropped not one drop of blood for this, bro. Bros was sawn in half for this, man. Bros was crucified for this, man. And you over here complaining? Right? You complaining, I'm tired of praying and meditating, and what you complaining about? You tired of being a man of the Most High? You tired of being a woman of the Most High? You ain't got a paper cut on you for the kingdom. You ain't dropped not one drop of blood for this, and you're complaining. Check yourself. All right, come on, Hebrew.
Verse 5.
Yeah.
And ye have forgotten the exhortation which speaketh unto you as unto children. My son, despise not thou the chastening of the Most High, nor faint when thou art rebuked of him. For whom the Most High loveth, he chasteneth, and scourgeth every son whom he receiveth.
You gonna go through that fiery trial.
That's
He
right.
loves you, that's why you getting disciplined by him. That's who he received.
What does that word scourge mean?
You get a whooping.
A whooping.
Get a punishment, whooping, get that switch out.
Ain't your parents ever told you that? Right. I whoop you cause I love you. That's why I'm whooping you. If I didn't whoop you, you'd be like them out there in the street. But you ain't gonna do that. And I'm gonna beat you and come here, bring that salve over here. And they rub the part they got a little rough on. But they let you know if you do it again, I'll beat your ass again. Okay, now go on over there.
It hurt them more than it hurt you.
Yeah.
You all don't say it again, bro? You say what?
You understand that whooping now.
Yeah.
When we young, we get that whooping.
Yeah. You don't understand it, right?
No present chastening is enjoyable. When you're going through it, you be like, man, I can't wait till this is over. I can't take this. But like the bro say, when you get older, you appreciate all that. Because how many partners you got that's in the grave? You feel me? Or doing life. You feel me? As you get older, and then when the Most High bless you with children, you be like, I see why Big Mama and Pops and them was on that. It makes sense, because boy, I be on my show. I don't play with them. You feel me? When it's time to get little mercy come on out, but I'm not playing no games. You feel me? Because that's just what it is. The Lord loves those he chastens.
That's right.
That's who he receives. Right? And if you say, well, that's just too rough, then why you whoop your children in? Huh? Why you say I'm whooping you because I love you? Also, wait a minute, you can administer this judgment, but the Most High can't. We done became vain, man.
Yes, sir.
You feel me?
Well, some of them ain't administering that. And that's why they ask.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, for those of you that's in the discipline, you know what I'm talking about.
Right.
All right, come on, Hebrew.
With verse 7.
Yeah.
If ye endure chastening, Yah dealeth with you as with son. For what son is he whom the Father chasteneth not?
Good question.
But if ye be without chastisement, whereof all are partakers, then are ye bastards and not sons?
Like if you ain't being chastened by the Most High, then you're not his son. Don't care about you. You're a bastard. Wow. Our whole view of love has been thwarted out here. You think love is flowers, Jolly Ranchers, you feel me? Turn the blind eye to evil. That's what you think love is. The evil go down and then you turn a blind eye to it. That ain't love, man. If you love, you bring.
What you picture, boy? A handful of Jolly Ranchers. I love
Jolly
you.
Ranchers I got in my life, man. Wasn't no love.
No, ain't no love. Now you been on taste it. It please your taste buds, but straight up, bro. Let's get it. Verse 9.
Verse 9. Furthermore, we have had fathers of our flesh, which corrected us, and we gave them reverence.
Flat out.
Shall we not much rather be in subjection unto the Father of spirits and live?
Like, look, you got men who are sinners who have corrected us, and we reverence them.
That's right.
You feel me? So that means you're reverencing sinners, men who have fallen short of the Most High, but they done corrected us in our life, whether it be our fathers or our grandfathers or our uncles or whatever. And they get respect even to this day. You understand? So how are you going to respect them but not respect and reverence the Most High even more?
That's right.
For bringing the discipline and the chastisement that we deserve. You supposed to get handled when you out of box. All right? Read down to verse 11.
Verse 10.
Yeah.
For they verily for a few days chastened us after their own pleasure. But he for our profit.
For our what?
For our profit.
Oh, our increase. Come on.
That we might be partakers of his holiness.
The Lord chastens us for our profit or increase, that we may be partakers of his holiness.
That's right.
The Most High is about order. Y'all ain't about anybody being loose with it. It's about order. Let's read out.
Now no chastening for the present seemeth to be joy.
No, it don't. You getting that whooping, you getting that switch across, that extension cord, that leather belt. It don't. It's not joyous. It's not joyous at all.
Boy, you ain't seeing no love in that, huh?
Yeah, no, you ain't. If you receiving it, you don't believe that's love at all. Go ahead, Hebrew.
But grievous.
Yeah.
Nevertheless, afterward it yieldeth the peaceable fruit of righteousness unto them which are exercised thereby.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, in the end you become a better adult because the discipline went down when you was young. For those that was able to do whatever they wanted to, they either dead or locked up forever.
That's right.
You feel me? It's just what it is. So we thankful for those that were over us that actually corrected us. And you understand the correction when you get older. All right? All right, let's drop this. Go to Daniel, the 3rd chapter. Let's get into this.
What verse you starting, bro?
Start at verse 1. Daniel, the 3rd chapter. Embrace the adversity. You're going to go through it dealing with the Most High. A lot of it be a trial of our patience, too.
That's right.
Patience is the fruit of the Spirit. Lord, I prayed for that 5 minutes ago. Why I don't got it?
5 minutes ago, bro.
Yeah. But Abraham had to wait 50 plus years to get what the Most High promised him. He had to wait over 50 years to finally receive what it was the Most High promised to him.
That's right.
Truly the microwave generation.
Yes, sir.
Truly the microwave generation.
And y'all, and that's what make for a lot of date setting too. Is they run out of patience, so they want to see the power of the Most High put down. But a lot of things have to take place, y'all, before his wrath comes to make sure you're not included in that. You could be begging the wrath on yourself. You ain't ready for this. If you done sighed heavy and breathe heavy, and you seeing the examples that we finna go through, and you breathing heavy and ain't went through nothing, they talking about you might lose your job. These men, the talk is, we killing y'all tomorrow. Ooh. Which one you gonna balance out on? You can get another job. But it's resurrection time, what these over here talking about. So y'all, we gotta be careful. We're not saying that the adversities of the world just to survive day to day. Yeah. The Most High allows that to happen to you as well, so you long for the kingdom. You'll hope for the kingdom, free of all this. Look, we talk about the Sabbath and what we ain't gonna do, what we ain't gonna cook, we ain't gonna prepare. But look, guess what happened? The first day of the week coming, Sunday. And Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, you gotta do it all over again. We waiting on that Sabbath where it's done. You ain't got to sit on the side of the bed and think about this. I shouldn't go. Damn. I shouldn't go. Who you threatening?
I got some sick time.
Yeah, I shouldn't go. I ought to call in.
Like you threatening them.
Like you threatening them. Go ahead, y'all.
They need me, huh?
That's me, ain't it? Daniel chapter 3, verse 1.
Yes, sir.
Nebuchadnezzar the king made an image of gold, whose height was 60 cubits, and the breadth thereof 6 cubits. He set it up in the plain of Dura, in the province of Babylon. Then Nebuchadnezzar the king sent to gather together the princes, the governors and the captains, the judges and the treasurers, the counselors, the sheriffs, and all the rulers of the provinces to come to the dedication of the image which Nebuchadnezzar the king had set up.
Yeah, so he set up an image, and then everybody's under his dominion got to come and pay homage to this great feat he just did. You feel me? So everybody got to come and pay homage. This the king. All right, come on, Hebrew.
The princesses, the governors, the captains, the judges, the treasurers, the counselors, the sheriffs, and all the rulers of the provinces were gathered together unto the dedication of the image that Nebuchadnezzar the king had set up.
Yeah.
And they stood before the image that Nebuchadnezzar had set up. Then an herald cried aloud, "To you it is commanded, O people, nations, and languages, that at what time ye hear the sound of the cornet, flute, harp, sackbut, psaltery, dulcimer, and all kinds of music, ye fall down and worship the golden image that Nebuchadnezzar, the king, had set up.
Yeah, so the whole command is that when you hear this music, this is a ceremony. He makes an image, then he has a ceremony behind it, but he wants your complete reverence. You have to bow to this when you hear this. You have to bow to this 90-foot image that he got set up in the plane. You understand? As soon as you hear the music, as soon as you hear the instruments, everybody must bow.
It's just like what they do in the military when they play reveille. And regardless of where you are, you have to turn and face to a flag and salute it.
I remember when I was on boat before Carson, Colorado, we had to stop driving our car, get out of the car,
And salute the flag, that eagle.
See, so we got situations in front of us to where you can kind of relate to that.
Babylon, daughter of Babylon.
Yeah, yeah. Same type thing go on. You got an image, you got music, and then you gotta give reverence. That's right. Because you're under orders of the king.
Right.
All right, let's read.
And whoso falleth not down in worship, shall the same hour be cast in the midst of a burning fiery furnace. Therefore at that time, when all the people heard the sound of the cornet, flute, harp, sackbut, psaltery, and all kinds of music, all the people, the nations, and the languages fell down and worshiped the golden image that Nebuchadnezzar, the king, had set up.
Come on.
Wherefore at that time, certain Chaldeans came near and accused the Jews. And they spake and said to King Nebuchadnezzar, O king, live forever.
Now the Hebrews at this time are actually slaves in the land of Babylon. You understand? They're actually slaves. Like you a slave in America. Like when they play a little music or whatever, and it's time for you to stand up and pledge allegiance to the flag of America. It's the same type situation. Right? You're giving your allegiance over to something other than the Most High. Right? And they're an inanimate object at that. They can't speak, can't do nothing.
The work of a man's hand, the creation of a creation.
Yeah. Yeah, real talk. All right. Now, some of the Hebrews get accused. Why? Why some of the Hebrews getting accused? Yeah, they not dropping down because first commandment is what? Have no other gods before him. Second commandment is about idol worship. You understand? And bowing down and serving it. Right. So if you a devout brew that served the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, this is a problem right out the gate. What you mean bow down and reverence this image? Right? So this also shows based off your beliefs, right? You believe that, right? You got faith in the Most High, right? A trial is coming in. You feel me? Right in front of us, trials are coming. To where, oh, you really believe that? Oh, we finna see, get them reversible guillotines out here. We finna see who believe what. Yeah, that quiet. Let's see who really believe this thing. Now you start seeing brothers' heads rolling over there. And you start shaking like a stripper, like, whoa.
Boy, that's some serious shaking, boy.
You feel me? Like I really, see what had happened was, I really didn't believe that. Now you one of them. You believe that?
Right.
We saw you on YouTube. No. Right. That was my twin. That wasn't me.
Yes, sir.
You feel me?
I mean, just think about it, y'all. Even when it came to the Messiah, his right-hand man, Peter, did the same thing to avoid the torches. You know what I'm saying? He denied him 3 times in the midst of his mercy.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if Peter that was full of the Holy Spirit, what about brothers just, you know what I'm saying, that's been in the walk of life for 10 years? Peter was in that walk all his life, basically. You know what I'm saying? So don't think it can't happen. And this was a brother with faith.
Yeah.
You know
he was with the Christ.
Yeah, we're actually with him, seeing the miracles and all that. We have to take all that into consideration.
Not only that, he was the gangster of the crew.
Right.
Yeah. That's right.
Cutting ears off of everything. But hey, look, and that's why when Peter wrote in his letter, he was like, look, make your call in an election sure. Peter had to learn from that. And we hit his situation in here for us to learn from that. Like that hour's coming to where it's gonna be like, yeah, that's you.
Right.
You one of them 4 tribe bankers.
Right.
That's you right there.
Right.
Yahoo, yeah. Dang. Yahoo. Right? Or do you realize this is one of your final tests and you embrace it? And say, yeah, that's me. What it do? What it is? Well, we got you on FEMA's red color list of you're a red candidate, red and blue. We got to get y'all off the streets. Come on with it. You feel me? Like these times are coming. We read this Bible like it's not going to apply today. But
that's right.
Does. You feel me? And with the executive orders that's on the book, they already got the laws to kick the New World Order off. It's just they're not being executed right now.
That's right.
But the laws are already established.
They got everything in place.
Yeah.
It's just certain things have to be carried out.
Yeah. Go ahead, sir.
And I don't know if you all remember with Hurricane Harvey, you know, they were already housing people in the empty Walmart.
Yeah.
They were already using those, you know, the empty Walmarts that was closing down, just using them for concentration camps to house people over.
Yeah.
Dry run.
Yeah, that's it. That's where we at. Walmart, martial law. I'm going to brother and I'm coming to you, sis. Go ahead. Go ahead, bro.
You is in Chicago already. They're ready to do the stuff.
Yeah, they ready to roll with it, man. You feel me? To where then y'all done heard about this black identity extremists. You feel me? Might as well call that the black Israelite extremists. Like, how ironic y'all come up with something about black extremists when we all waking up and coming back to the Most High.
That's right.
You feel me? Anybody sound like a little radical talk or whatever, you can be deemed a terrorist. Even dealing with FEMA. If you believe in the return of Christ, you consider a terrorist already.
Yeah, we've been on that list for what? The past 20 years?
About 20 years. Go ahead, sister.
I wanted to ask you about preparing ourselves. Okay? It talked about in Luke, it stated, you know, to have 2 schools. Yeah, we had to take 2 schools.
Luke 22 and 36, yeah.
There you go. Have two schools, and if you don't have a school, sell your purse and buy you a school. Now, is that saying that we must arm ourselves?
It's saying be ready to protect yourself.
Right.
Amen. You got family, man. The Most High ain't never. That's why in the scriptures tell you it's a time for war.
That's right.
Time for peace.
I ain't got no.
Yeah.
I got street sweeper. I ain't got.
Whoa.
Well, you're prepared.
Right.
Yeah. Well, we ain't bad at you at all. Yeah, but you got we got every right to defend our loved ones and all that. You understand? But our salvation ain't even in that.
That's right.
You feel me? But there's nothing wrong with protecting yourself. Peter rode with a sword. That's right. What it is. But whenever we think we can stockpile enough weapons to get this heathen off us, we ain't even got enough weapons to get them to the negotiating table.
That's right.
Let alone put.
You say the negotiating table?
Yeah, you ain't making no noise then. That's right. You feel me? But to protect, like if you, like in other words, there ain't finna be no immaterials going on here. Like you can finna come knock at the door. Where your nephew at? He in the back room.
Right.
Nah, we gonna make the news hot. Right?
Yeah.
You gonna read about that one. You feel me? But you got every right to do that. You feel me? Like we don't take the fight to them, but if they come with it, then you know we gonna defend ours. You gonna defend your wife and especially you men.
Yeah.
You got to stand up and defend your wives and your children. And all. Come on now. It is what it is. Gam, go ahead.
It's funny that the sister just said something about Hurricane Harvey, and she said something about should we arm ourselves because it came out that just like they were doing during Hurricane Katrina, they were committing genocide against our people during Hurricane Harvey. They were killing innocent people down there too, just like they were doing in Hurricane Katrina. So they use all these disasters to commit genocide.
Yeah, what it is.
Absolutely.
It is what it is.
He said he went to the FEMA camp and they cut him off the loose and said he was a FEMA camp. They was in there slaughtering them people.
Yeah. That is what it is. It is what it is. You know, our power was in the prayers. Like we got an Air Force of angels.
That's right.
So it's time for us to get more radical in our prayer. Like the scripture tell you the Most High, he say, ask me. and I'll give you the head of the heathen or the inheritance of the heathen. Like, we're not asking the Most High for, like he said, vengeance is the Lord, but you don't pray for it. You feel me? Most High protect me and my family. Confound any wicked enterprise that this heathen has against our families and our loved ones.
Read them Psalms. David was always crying for the head of the enemy.
Yeah, yeah. They don't want you to know that though. They want you to say, "Oh Lord, butterflies and buttercups." You know, you know. It just is what it is. You understand? Understand that we are in a war, but our power actually is more supernatural than it is physical.
That's right.
You feel me? Like, if you understand this, you can actually petition the heavens and ask the Most High. If it's a righteous intention, you can ask the Most High to destroy those who have a wicked, diabolical plot against you. And it'll happen. You feel me? Some of us have tried in our own personal lives, but as a collective, we can do that.
Perfect hatred you speak of.
Perfect hatred I speak of. Sister got something. Go ahead. Go ahead, sister.
2 nights ago, of course, everybody know I moved into the apartments over in East City. 2 nights ago, can you hear me?
Yeah.
2 nights ago, in my apartment, now, I stay by myself, and they Creole people that stay by themselves. I woke up that next morning, and my door was unlocked. I always lock my door because I know I stayed by myself. So I bought me a 2x4, and I cut it to the measurements of, as y'all know, I use houses.
Yeah,
of the door.
sister be drywalling right there.
And I put another board up on the door itself in the closet in the hallway. So I got 2 things holding the door in case they try to come in. And somebody tried to come into my apartment. And they got a key. You can't get in. It's key in, key out. You can't get in without a key. And I have been paying. I ain't paying no attention, but I have been paying for the people across the halls gas for 2 months, going into the 3rd month, and it was constantly going up, and I'm like, I'm trying to fight to get this down. I said, Lord, please make it so I don't have to ask the brothers and sisters amongst the assembly to help me out. And sure enough, I called the gas company and explained to them what was going on, and they found 2 apartments, my apartment and the people across the hall apartment. Bill is on the same bill, but it's coming to me as a...
Oh, they done up the cable game?
They didn't. Yeah.
It's tapping in the gas now? These Negroes crazy, ain't they, boy? They done surpassed stealing cable. But the people...
When they become...
Boy, now that's dangerous. No, I'm just saying, if they stealing gas like that, if they tapping into that, that's an explosion waiting to happen.
Yeah, how is that happening? And I stay on the bottom floor, so...
What is it, a 2-family flat?
I'm having more what do you say?
Multiple?
You can smell gas. I was smelling gas in my house the first 2 months. But I didn't notice it until this month when the bill started rising. My bill is $390-something in a 1-bedroom apartment.
What?
No.
You got the bill I got for a two-story house.
Yeah.
Right. That's actually true. So I don't know what they did or what's going on. And they were supposed to be coming out Friday, and I couldn't be there. So they said they was going to get the landlords to let them in if I wasn't able to be there. And hopefully they got it under control or got it together. Wow. But if they didn't, it still could be going on right now.
Oh. Yo, and that's why you have to watch as well as pray. We can't put everything on the Most High. Right. You got to do something. Right. You know, and that means pay attention to your surroundings. Like she's saying, I secured my house. If they come through those barriers she put up there, now the street sweeper should go to work. Right. Because you know that this ain't no accident. He didn't stagger into the wrong department. I mean, the wrong apartment. They broke in.
You need to talk to your landlord.
Right.
But it was just unlocked. They left it unlocked because they kept enjoying the door and couldn't get in. And I know I was hearing it in my sleep, but I didn't pay no because neither one of my boards fell. I rig my own house. So I know what's going on outside my doors. And my board didn't fall, so they couldn't get it to move. Basically because it was stuck at the bottom and stuck at the middle part of the door in the frame.
You ain't got no big fat white man in a red suit, do you? With the fitting like that.
Come on, let's get back on top. Let's get back on top. What you got? What's up?
I was asking, I guess you heard earlier, sister said how they
hold down, y'all.
Inside out like the train I was called a Hegelian dialect. Meaning they create the problem, control the situation, and then offer the solution.
Right.
So it's kind of like, you know, set fire.
Order out of chaos.
Everybody calm, and I give you the gasoline so you keep on the fire. That's right. It's also going to order out of chaos. That's right.
That's your military too.
Yeah.
So that's basically what it is.
That's the military. U.S. military.
Really?
Yeah. All day. Let's get back to this Daniel, the 3rd chapter.
Daniel chapter 3, verse 10.
Yeah.
Thou, O king, has made a decree that every man that shall hear the sound of the cornet, flute, harp, sackbut, psaltery, and dulcimer, and all kinds of music, shall fall down and worship the golden image. And whoso falleth not down and worshipeth, that he should be cast into the midst of a burning fiery furnace. There are certain Jews whom thou hast set over the affairs of the province of Babylon, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. These men, O king, have not regarded thee. They serve not thy gods, nor worship the golden image which thou hast set up. Then Nebuchadnezzar in his rage and fury commanded, bring Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. Then they brought these men before the king. Nebuchadnezzar spake and said unto them, is it true, O Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego? Do not ye serve my gods, nor worship the golden image which I have set up? Now if ye be ready that at what time ye hear the sound of the cornet, flute, harp, sackbut, psaltery, and dulcimer, and all kinds of music, ye fall down and worship the image which I have made. Well, but if ye worship not, ye shall be cast the same hour into the midst of the burning fiery furnace. And who is that God that shall deliver you out of my hand?
Straight spiritual warfare, based off your beliefs. See, in the ancient world, you get killed over your beliefs. Today they done pacified you. You think you got what's called freedom of religion. You can be living right next door to a practicing witch. You feel me? But in the ancient world, beliefs were so powerful that you would be killed for that, right? And you see how it is now, because 10 levels of hell break out when you start explaining to people your new belief, right? People really, if they could, they would vanish you for that, because a belief is what somebody becomes. It's a stronghold. You feel me? And when you tear that down, they feel as if you just tore them down.
That's right.
Because you are what you believe. As a man thinketh, so is he.
That's right.
So your belief is very important. I heard you come, this Hebrew, and found out that everything that your people doing is false. You dig? And you come right through the door and you tear that idol right about their mind. You feel me? Had we been in the ancient world, your soul would be required.
That's right.
You feel me? Today, you know, people like, I hear you on street corners and all that. I hear you, but let's see if it's like that when it's like whoever talking about that Bible, head gonna get chopped off.
That's right.
We'll see where the real rider's at then. Right now, you can stand out on 34th Street in Manhattan and cuss heathens out. I hear you. But as soon as the hit go down, see, this is a hit right here.
That's right.
If you don't get down how I say get down, you gonna get burned alive. Then we gonna see. You understand? Because a belief is very, very important. The most transforming thing you can receive is a transforming thought.
That's right.
That's powerful. Because if you got new beliefs, you think different, speak different, move different. Totally different person. You dig? So this is a battle over faith right here. Belief. We about to see if these brothers really believe in the God of Israel, or is they just wolfing? All right, let's read.
Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego answered and said to the king, O Nebuchadnezzar, We are not careful to answer thee in this matter.
Y'all heard how they responded? We are not careful to answer you concerning this. We all the way in with the Most High. Yeah, we said it. No, we not bowing. So when you read, we are not careful to answer thee, you know, this is your book written by your people.
That's right.
I put it in today's terms. Yeah, we said it. No, we not bowing to that thing.
Right.
You know how you got that look at the
Yeah.
Well, you offended me asking me that. One of them looks. We are not careful to answer thee in this matter. You feel me? So you know some people try to be politically correct in their answer. And so, you know, technically all we were saying was, you feel me, because death is on the table. Now you're trying to be politically correct.
That's right.
But none of the prophets were politically correct. Was Moses politically correct with Pharaoh? He came with a straight up message, thus saith the Most High. You understand? Was David politically correct with Goliath? He said, today you're gonna know it's a God in Israel, you uncircumcised heathen. And I'm cutting your head off with your sword. You see? This ain't about being politically correct to appease all sides to get everybody to get along. This is about the straight up message of the Most High.
That's right.
You feel me? And these bros came with a straight up message. They wasn't trying to appease the wrath of Nebuchadnezzar. They look, we are not careful to answer you in this matter.
That's right.
It is what it is. Ooh, and turned up. All right, come on. What else to say?
If it be so, our power whom we serve is able to deliver us from the burning fiery furnace.
Yeah.
And he will deliver us out of thine hand, O king.
They like, our God will deliver us up out of this madness you talking about. Come on, Hebrew.
But if not, be it known unto thee, O king, that we will not serve thy gods, nor worship the golden image which thou hast set up.
But even if we burn alive in that furnace, we still ain't worshiping your God. When you're done talking, right? That's everybody's mindset should be that. You understand? Even if I gotta die serving my God, then so be it. I'm not going against him.
That's right.
You understand? Now, will a miracle crack for you? Of course. But what if you the ones where you gotta lay it down? You should be just as happy. Right. You embrace the adversity. That's the name of the class. Embrace that. They were looking over that fiery flame. Like, throw more wood on there.
Yeah.
Man, we ain't tripping off what you talking about. You man, turn that furnace up. Where your gasoline at? You feel me? But that's the mindset you need to combat evil and wickedness. You can't combat wicked and evilness like, yo, patty cake. Ooh.
Right.
Wakey, eggs and bakey. You can't defeat that evil spirit like that. You got to be all in with the Most High.
That's right.
You understand? If not, you going to flinch and go left field because you haven't really embraced the adversity that you're going through. All right? We got to embrace that, man. That's the mindset we got to have. Even if we die, we not serving no other God. That's the mindset you got to be in. You, your spouse, and your children.
That's right.
Because this heathen about to turn it up. He coming with his new world order. You make no mistakes about it. You understand? And when he do, you going to see who really down in. You going to see plenty of Hebrews who you thought was, I'm talking about strong in the scripture. Taking their fringes, garments off, tossing them. No, I ain't, no, that. You feel me? But that ain't how these brothers rock. They like, it's till the casket drop. You gonna have to kill me. You understand? That's the mindset we got to be in to combat what's coming. Because it's coming. All right, come on, Hebrew.
Then was Nebuchadnezzar full of fury, and the form of his visage was changed against Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. Therefore he spake and commanded that they should heat the furnace 7 times more than it was wont to be heated.
They need to turn that flame up. He angry that these brothers are so stand up for their God. He's infuriated because everybody else bow and serve him. Come on, Hebrew.
And he commanded the most mighty men that were in his army to bind Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, and to cast them into the burning fiery furnace. Then these men were bound in their coats, their hosen, and their hats and their other garments, and were cast into the midst of the burning fiery furnace. Therefore, because the king's command was urgent, and the furnace exceeding hot, the flame of the fire slew those men that took up Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. And these 3 men, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, fell down bound in the midst of the burning fiery furnace. Then Nebuchadnezzar the king was astonished, and rose up in haste, and spake, and said unto his counselors, Did not we cast 3 men bound into the midst of the fire? They answered and said unto the king, True, O king. He answered and said, Lo, I see 4 men loose, walking in the midst of the fire, and they have no hurt. And the form of the 4th is like the son of Yah.
Now trip off that. Because of their faith is unwavering, the Most High sends protection. Bigger the faith, bigger the miracles. But they was convicted in their mind before they even got thrown in the furnace. Even if we burn alive, we not bowing to you. No bets off.
That's right.
No deal. You feel me? The Most High saying, what it say, one like unto the Son of God. Huh? There to protect his servants, man.
That's right.
Whoever did the Most High, whoever called on the Most High, he ain't show up for him. You see that? Real talk, man. You're going to need that type of die-hard faith to make it through these perilous times. Because this here, they got every bit of technology. This technology done morphed overnight.
That's right.
You feel me? They doing all types of... What these heathens are doing now is trying to sync artificial intelligence with the creation of the Most High.
That's right.
They call it singularity, in which artificial intelligence takes over. That's where they going. The image of the beast is speaking. Now they got, y'all know the sex bots and all, they got all that out now.
That's right.
They got Sophia, who just got citizenship over in Russia somewhere. She talking. You feel me? They got all type of madness going on to where artificial intelligence is. Look, how is it the norm? Google. Wop, 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 wop. And she answered back. It's a she. She talks back to you. According to Wikipedia. Like, that's the norm to you now. Artificial intelligence is talking to you now.
That's right.
And you looking at it like, oh, you know, just another, you know, day in the park. You know, it's all good. Man, this thing that we reading about is coming back full circle, man. 1,000,000 times harder. And you're going to need that type of faith to combat that.
The Android laptops, they update themselves.
Yeah.
Like, I was tripping when I was like, ain't no human doing that. No, they update themselves to the point where they don't know the algorithm to where it began with.
Yeah, real talk. Exactly.
You know, Google had a couple of robots that started communicating with each other.
Right.
And they developed their own language. So they had to shut it down because they were like, well, we don't understand this. This is gibberish. And then they said, no, they are communicating with each other. And I mean, I've been on this thing. Translated, man. But y'all need to watch that, man. Look it up. Watch it. There's some powerful stuff going on with that.
Yeah, that Black Mirror show. Also, that demon technology, that 5G technology. The bro just was talking about on that walk on the dark side last week, man. Look, all that stuff is heard. To where you really gonna have to believe this thing, man. You really gonna have to believe it. Set your house in order and set your priorities straight. Like if you down with the Most High, you don't have to be all the way in.
That's right.
He's not dealing with. He tell you in Revelations, if you're lukewarm, I'm gonna spit you out my mouth. He's not dealing with those that are lukewarm. You got to be all the way in, 24/7, 365. Check in or check out.
That's right.
That's how you got to be with the Most High. Go hard or go home.
Another thing too now with these robots, man. I mean, because I really, the last week or so been going hard on that AI on YouTube and stuff.
Yeah.
But they've been making Freudian slips about killing off the human race.
That's right. That's right.
You understand? I mean, and it's been like 6 different occasions with different robots. You understand what I'm saying? It ain't just Sophia, but she's got citizenship now, and that changes the game up because she's no longer considered a robot. She's a citizen, so they won't just be able to shut her down. So I'm telling you, she's a citizen in one of them Arabian countries.
Saudi Arabia, that's right.
Saudi Arabia. So now, if they try to shut her down, then it's going to be another issue. You know, But it's bad, man. It's bad.
They made her a citizen so they can let her run some things that humans do. She won't get penalized.
Yeah.
Look, check it out
Look
though.
out for that.
They can't shut her down anyway. Her conscience, she already online. She on. They shut her down. They gotta cut off the whole internet, the whole world.
What?
Yeah, she uploaded her conscience.
Yeah.
Conscience been uploaded.
Hey y'all, Google this on y'all own time. Google the D-Wave computer, quantum computer. The D-Wave quantum computer.
D-Wave.
The D-Wave quantum computer.
Wave, W-A-V-E. Wave.
I put it on the board.
Go ahead, KJ.
Right before you said they made her citizenship, I was watching Ted 2 the other day.
Yeah.
And how they were trying to make him a citizen or instead of property.
Wow.
So Ted 2.
Yeah.
They're talking technically.
Yeah. And talking teddy bear. Hey, and also the movie, y'all, come on, Avengers, the Age of Ultron. Y'all remember that computer program gained its own conscience and took over, and they had a problem because it was everywhere. Even if you killed the robot, it was uploaded to the internet. It was nothing you could do about it. You know what I'm saying? These are the days and times that we in. When you read Revelation 13 and say that he had power to give image to the beast and that the beast should speak. And that whoever should not worship the image of the beast should be killed. Well, you always, if you thought about it before this time, you thought, okay, that's a talking Mona Lisa or something. No, the image of the beast is speaking. That's this artificial intelligence.
That's right.
That's what's going on right in front of your face. You feel me? They just came out with a religion for this thing. Called the robot God. They just, look, they got tax exemption for it and everything. You feel me? Robot created that is smarter than the humans that created it, and therefore it should be worshipped. Yeah. Yeah, that's the age we in. So, you feel me? When you read these things, and you see, well, this was thousands of years ago, and Nebuchadnezzar was going so hard. He's like, if you ain't gonna worship the God that I set up, you feel me? You gonna die.
That's right.
Right? It's the same thing coming back 1,000,000 times harder, man. And this time we're dealing with artificial intelligence.
They started it up with
These drones are gonna be worse than what they are now because they're gonna put lasers.
Yeah, they already got a lot of them equipped with bombs.
Yeah. Hellfire missiles and all that. Go ahead.
What Yakin was saying,
Hold it down.
Hold down, y'all. Go ahead.
You seen that movie Transcendence?
Yeah. Once he go online, it's done.
Transcendence. Y'all need to look that movie up. Transcendence. That's what it was.
And these drones now, in Colorado, the drones is straight. They do their Amazon shipment. You can order something off online and get the next hour. The drone will send it straight to your door. They do that in Colorado right now.
Drone shipping going on?
But see, this is all the setup. It's like what they do, like the one brother was saying, they create an issue, monitor it, and then, you know, to gauge the outcome of it. Right. But the government says, you know, falsified situations up. Like all these children being snatched.
Yeah.
All these kidnappings and things are going on. Eventually, when they start saying that we got a computer chip to put in you where you could, a tracking device where they go missing within the first 5 seconds, you can monitor where they are. You know, they already have that. But I'm saying what they do is create situations to make it where the public say, okay, we need it. It was just like 9/11 when they said, well, if you give up some of your rights, then we can make you safe. And they interview so many people that say, hey, I'm willing to give up my rights that I feel safe in my environment.
We still under that Patriot
And we
Act.
still under the Patriot Act. So what they do is create these situations so that, you know, it becomes so horrific and so on a mass scale that everybody is in tune and on one accord to say, okay, we willing to do this. You know, we're willing to trade this for that.
That's what they doing, that neutrality thing, and trying to flip the script on and give up our internet rates.
Yeah, they're doing all that, man. You know, all these school shootings, so people relinquish their arms to the government. You know what I'm saying? You know, now mind you, they set up a document, the Constitution and things, and bills, the articles and everything. But they go against those same articles they set before you to ensure some kind of safety for you, but they turn around and modify those same laws and constitutions to take away your rights that they say you have, to give them more power to control you. You see? So, I mean, they're the masses. This is that final global power for world destruction and domination. It's coming. They've been implementing it for a long time. And like when we first got into this walk, you know, a lot of the things that are present now that we were talking about and reading about in the scriptures years ago, or we are actually living it now.
That's right.
Because the internet wasn't around when we first got into the script, so we were reading about it in prophecies. And to actually start seeing it actually start playing out with the naked eye is amazing.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? It's amazing and terrifying. You know, because you actually seeing what you read about actually unfolding before your eyes.
That's right.
You know?
Did you guys actually see where they put the clock 2 minutes closer to Doomsday?
Yeah, I seen that. I seen that.
Do some crap like this.
Hey, brother back had something too. What you saying?
Man, look, it ain't gonna be easy. This is the last country where they gotta take guns, man. It's gonna be a lot of bloodshed and death. Okay? So get on the side of the Most High. We're gonna win this.
That's right. That's right, Doc. Come on, let's finish this, y'all.
In the end, we win, right?
Yeah.
Daniel chapter 3, verse 26. Then Nebuchadnezzar came near to the mouth of the burning fiery furnace and spake and said, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, ye servants of the Most High God, come forth, come hither. Then Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego came forth of the midst of the fire. And the princes, governors, captains, and the king counselors, being gathered together, saw these men upon whose bodies the fire had no power, nor was the hair of their head singed, neither were their coats changed, nor the smell of fire had passed on them.
That's supernatural, boy, because you can't be over no grill right now barbecuing, and that smell of barbecue don't be on them clothes. That's how you know that was supernatural.
That's right.
That was what's called divine intervention, and you have access to that same divine intervention through your faith. That's why I say without faith, you can't please them.
That's right.
They had to really believe. It was all bets on how many Sabbaths you kept. It wasn't even about all that at that point. It was like, do you really believe this? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Commandments in faith has always been our way of life. It ain't just you keep the commandments. You can make a child keep the commands.
That's right.
You feel me? But every child gonna arrive at a point to where he really gonna have to believe what you've been teaching him this whole time. You feel me? And that belief is that faith. The bigger the faith, the bigger the miracles, man. Yeah. You understand? Embrace that if you got to go through that. There ain't even no sense of being scared of it. Because look, not even worst case scenario. I mean, look, your next moment, even if you do go into that fire, your next moment is before the Most High. And you died for what was real. You didn't die from a disease. You didn't die from a bullet. You didn't die being promiscuous or nothing of that. You died because you was riding with the Most High.
That's right.
Job well done, good and faithful servant. Come on. You understand? Like, you know, you got to weigh the odds up. That's why the scripture tell you, count the cost when you get down with me. Count the cost, man. You understand? Because this very thing going to require your life. You dig? Whether you make it to see the return of the Messiah or you were one of those faithful martyrs.
That's right.
Either way, it's all good. All right, go ahead and finish that off.
Then Nebuchadnezzar spake and said, Blessed be the God of Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, who has sent his angel and delivered his servants that trusted in him, and have changed the king's word and yielded their bodies, that they may not serve nor worship any god except their own. Therefore I make a decree that every people, nation, language, which speak anything amiss against the God of Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego shall be cut in pieces, and their houses shall be made a dunghill.
Now you trip off this? This the king who was just an idolater, who just was riding with a false god. But he seen that power and had to give it up and was like, hey man, that's what that is right there. I'm so down, anybody that speak against them going down. Woo! You talking about the power of the Most High, boy. And can't no sword produce that. Come on. You feel me? That's pure faith. Your faith is very precious and powerful. You understand? To where the king of Babylon, the ruler of the entire earth at that point, had to recognize the power of the Most High.
That's right.
Hallelujah. All right, go ahead, Hebrew.
Because there is no other God that can deliver after this sort. Then the king promoted Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego in the province of Babylon.
And now they get promoted. Now they own corporate status. They slaves, but now they own corporate status. These brothers is running. They're using their organizational skills to run affairs in Babylon now. Look at that. Just like you got a few brothers here, you know what I'm saying, in this captivity. They got certain rank or in certain positions. It was like that even in Egypt. You feel me? With Joseph and all that. You feel me? So the Most High done showed up and showed out, but it was through that faith, that belief. All right, we got one more story we're going to get into before we get up out of here. I'm going to go on to Job real quick. The book of Job.
Then y'all have to leave before we go, and y'all need to deal with the Passover. There's Duel. Hold your hand up, Duel. He right there. So if y'all have to leave before we finish up. And y'all, just very important of what he's saying, that when they increased the fire in that furnace, the Most High showed us his supernatural power is going to always be greater than theirs.
That's right.
It's the same way with all of the drones, the Hellfire missiles they got. Those chariots that come and protect is way powerful for them. So you don't have to be scared of what they got coming. Because you know their whole goal is to try to create a weapon strong enough to deal with that. And they say, we ain't came up with nothing yet after 3,000 years. What happened in Egypt? We still that far away. We still that far. How you landed on the moon back in the 60s and China still trying to figure it out?
They ain't went back either.
And you ain't been back. You say it's going to take us at least 40 years to go back. What happened? The way up there got lost, or somebody destroyed the map?
Man, it should be a McDonald's or something
up there by now. So y'all, what we talking about is need not fear about what you seeing. They showing you war to try to make you fear. They turned up the heat on that furnace so you will fear. And believe me, brothers was dropping down to kneecaps acting like they was tying up sandals when they heard the sack butt, the psaltery. Yeah, dog, you know what I'm saying. Boy, it take you 2 minutes to tie your shoes up. And then as soon as it's in, yeah, like I was saying, dog. All kind of excuses. But y'all, it's coming. The practice is already here. And because Satan can't give you a free case, he shows it to you right in your face. He like, what y'all gonna do? Half y'all ain't got no faith in this. Y'all can't win this war. I'm gonna show y'all what we gonna get. What we got. Our battle is in array right now. We gonna show y'all how we gonna march on y'all. We gonna come in your neighborhoods and show y'all how we gonna march on y'all. Then we gonna see where y'all faith is at. Y'all, they ain't playing around. It didn't happen in every kingdom, y'all. These are kingdoms. If Donald Trump is the president of this last one going down, then he gonna experience what Nebuchadnezzar just did, what Pharaoh experienced. So y'all, we ain't got to fear. And we talking about these were powerhouse armies back then. They fed the whole world. They were just like America is now. In every one of these captivities, we were their slaves. But it's to show us that no power was greater than the Most High.
That's right.
So if your ancestors lived in them kingdoms and they got through that, what you worried about this one for? What we cared about artificial intelligence for?
That's right.
It can't make you do nothing.
That's just like Pontius Pilate.
Yeah, absolutely.
He washed his hands up.
Yeah.
Because the blood would be on them, not on him. Right. And then he turned around, he became a Christian.
Well, and look, he told, and the biggest thing about that, the Messiah told him, he told the Messiah, don't you know I got power to let you go? Man, you ain't got no power. What you talking? It's prophesied for me to do this. Other than this, that Air Force of angels will tear this place up overnight. You know better than what you talking about. Okay. No more to talk about. You think y'all taking me? I'm laying my life down. You heard what the chief priest said? I put that ear back on when Peter sliced it off. This a war y'all don't want for real. Y'all don't want this. Y'all heard what Esau was facing when Jacob was running through and them angels was standing there. Letting them know, if you trip, this what's going to happen. But the Messiah had to go. Not for my will, but be it your will, Lord. So y'all, this thing is about the Lord's will. If we don't get on board with that, get off board. Get on out of this. Ain't no need playing around. Because the day is coming. And it's coming rapidly. Boy, I'm glad you ain't gone. I had a shirt for you.
What we at in Job?
We in Job. We going to Job chapter 1.
We got that. Okay.
Go to Job chapter 1, start at verse 1. We're going to do Job chapter 1, chapter 2, chapter 19, then chapter 42.
And y'all, let me just say this before we get there. Y'all, we're going to hit these last and we're going to get on out of here. But look what that baby doing right there. You see where our hands like this? That's why we have to pray like that. Because she's asking for the same protection from her father. Daddy, give me, give me. So we have to ask our father the same way. Lord, pick me up, pick me up. I need your help. I need you to pick me up in your arm. The same as like she ain't got a care in the world. This all she have to do, y'all. And if you understand it, that's all we have to do is do like this. Pick me up.
Y'all listen up.
Pick me up. But y'all, we don't want to be picked up. No.
It's an excellent analogy, though, boy. You see how that baby ain't got a care in the world?
Ain't got a care in the world. Ain't worried about
nothing you talking about.
No crime in here.
My daddy got me.
That's right.
You feel me? That's our same mindset we got to have. Our father got us. You feel me? You just got to believe. Why is that too much to ask for? Believe. Believe in me and what I say, and I got you. You feel me? That's either ink on paper or you really believe this thing, man.
You think that baby worried about daddy? What we gonna eat tonight? She ain't nothing gonna let her loose. Nah, if she ain't smelling nothing after a while, Oh, you hungry, ain't you? Yeah.
Them little babies run the house, boy. They get to crying, boy. All bets is off. Furniture get to moving, the babies get to crying. You fall out the bed, lights come on.
Yeah.
Going on? What?
Everybody get accused.
Right. Yeah. Let's get it, y'all. The book of Job. Job chapter 1. We'll start at verse 1.
As you like.
This is an excellent story. I would say when y'all get a chance, read all 42 chapters when y'all get a chance. Beautiful story. You understand? I had this brother lost patience and didn't embrace his fiery trial. Then he would have never doubled up at the end. He doubled up at the end. He was increased in the end because he remained faithful even in his affliction. All right? The worst thing you can do is start asking, why me? That's the worst thing you can do. You feel me? Yeah, why me, Lord? Why I gotta go through all this? When that's a prerequisite to get to the kingdom. You feel me? You gotta go through it. You gotta be battle tested and approved. Gold is tried in the furnace, and acceptable men in the furnace of adversity. That's who the Most High accepts. Those that embrace their adversity and get through it, and remain faithful to his calling. All right, you can know all the time. You can have knowledge the world round, man. You can have knowledge on everything. You have knowledge about how many square miles it is on this earth. The more science temple talk that, like we know it's so many square miles on the earth, and in the end, you ain't went and gritted that out yourself. Right. So that means you depend on somebody else's research when you done talking. And even if it is that many square miles on the earth, what they got to do with these reversible guillotines? What they got to do with any of that? I'm saying, like, we at the point to where all bets is off the table. Right. I hear you talking all this high-tech, fancy, all bets is off shortly, y'all. Do you really believe that, what you talking about? Yeah, I do. Are you ready to die for that? That's a whole nother ball game. That's a whole nother ball game there, because that's when people start checking out. That's right. Exit stage left. I ain't ready for that. You understand? Even though the Most High promised you something this world has never given you. The eye has not seen nor the ear have heard what the Most High got for those that love him. That's right. You talking about a kingdom, man. You understand? I ain't talking about going to the store buying a single cigarette. I'm talking about a kingdom. A Lucy? Yeah, Lucy. You think this living, you can slang some Lucy's. No. No, this is not. We're talking about royalty, kingdom, forever, powerful, made like unto the angels, supernatural.
Right.
You feel me? What we had in the beginning. You
Yeah.
understand? And for us to get to that, we gotta endure and go through what we go through. Come on with it. That's the mindset you've been in. Come on with it.
Right.
All right, let's get this Job. All right, Hebrew. Shalom. Shabbat shalom. Job chapter 1, verse 1. We got a few more. We gonna get about it.
Chapter 1, verse 1.
Come on.
There was a man in the land of Uz, whose name was Job. And that man was perfect and upright, and one that feared Yahweh and eschewed evil.
That's somebody biblically that's perfect, and somebody that hates evil and fears the Most High. It don't mean you're flawless. You feel me? It don't mean you ain't made a few mistakes or whatever. But perfect, biblically speaking, it means you fear the Most High.
That's right.
And you hate evil, meaning even if death is on the table, you're not going against them. All right, come on, Hebrew.
Verse 2.
Yeah.
And there were born unto him 7 sons and 3 daughters. His substance also was 7,000 sheep and 3,000 camels, 500 yoke of oxen, and 500 she-asses, and a very great household, so that this man was the greatest of all the men of the east.
Y'all highlight that verse 3 right there. 'Cause when we get to the end of this story, we're going to come back and see how much he increased or profited. Remember, it said that you may profit at your latter end, that you may be increased, right? We finna put that word we read to the test. We gonna see if Job increased or decreased at his latter end. Come on, Hebrew.
Verse 4. And his sons went and feasted in their houses, every one his day, and sent and called for their 3 sisters to eat and to drink with them. And it was so. When the days of their feasting were gone about, that Job sent and sanctified them, and rose up early in the morning, and offered burnt offerings, according to the number of them all. For Job said, it may be that my sons have sinned, and cursed Yahweh in their hearts. Thus did Job continually.
He did this all the time with his children. Maybe they got a little bit out of line or something. Notice it said he sent and sanctified them.
You're right.
You feel me? Like y'all probably got a little wild last night. You know what I'm saying? Cleanse yourself, get yourself together. And then Job's offering sacrifices to the Most High. He had to do this continually.
That's right.
You feel me? As a watchman over your house, naturally you gonna always police the situation. You feel me? Boy, what you was over there doing? Who said what? Oh no, that's off. Get yourself together. Girl, what you over there doing? As a man, you do that. You the head of your household. You police the situation all the time. All right? Come on, Hebrew.
And then also, let me make this mention of this. In the book, in the Testament of Job, you'll see that Job made these continual prayers and sacrifices for his children because he was the richest man of earth at that particular time, and he didn't want his children to become haughty and get beside themselves and think they were better than all the common folk, all the people of the land, and look down their nose upon them. Because every day Job set out tables around his house for the homeless, the widows, and the hunger. You know, they could come and get shoes, clothing, food, whatever they needed every single day. And he did this daily. So he didn't want his children in their time of feasting to get full and beside themselves and think they were better than those who didn't have. So this is one of the reasons why he prayed and sacrificed daily so that they didn't sin.
Hallelujah. I'll praise you. Go ahead and break that off what you got.
And what we're looking at when you compare things to today's currency, looking at when you weigh out the 1,000 sheep and the she-asses and all of that, it was equivalent to today $41,600,000. Job was worth before he failed. Or so to speak, before Satan started attacking.
And you see that? He was 41 million up.
Yeah, so he was sitting on swole already.
Yeah.
I read somewhere Job was getting Edomite.
In that testament, it's just writings out there about that.
Yeah.
But look, even when you go through all that, his nationality ain't got nothing to do with his faith.
Nothing to do with faith.
You feel me? Like a lot of people like to argue about all that, man. Like certain things, I just let the educated argue over. The educated Negro, he was an Israelite, he was an Edomite. It's a controversy online if Cornelius was an Israelite or an Edomite. Now Ruth, the Moabite, is an Israelite. You like, look, that like the moral of the story ain't even about all that. The moral of the story ain't even about all that. The moral of the story is about this man's faith and how he got through this fiery trial.
That's right.
You feel me? And anyone can apply that to their life if they serve the Most High. That's the whole thing. We read these things to learn from them and then apply them to our lives. You feel me? That's what all that's about. You know, so there are all extra writings out there. You won't find it here in the book of Job. It just say he was in the land of Uz. You understand? But is it possible? Of course. Yeah, of course. But that ain't the more of the story though. Like you in the land of America, you ain't no Edomite. You feel me? But that ain't the more of the story. The more of the story is this man's faith was tried and tested, and he came out at the end increased because he never laid down his integrity and never laid down or turned his back against the God of Israel.
That's right.
He never did it.
He was 100% in. If you read the testaments, if you get a chance, look up the testament of Job, because it'll go in depth about everything that we read about, because the 66 books kind of jump, okay? Whereas a lot of these testaments and the pseudepigraphas and things of this nature may give you day-to-day account.
That's right.
And it fills in those gaps, so you get a clearer understanding of what was taking place and why. Okay.
No, somebody else had something. Somebody was raising their hand. I guess we cool. Come on, let's get it, bro.
Okay.
Somebody else had it.
Where I'm at? Verse 5.
No, 6. You in verse 6?
6. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Verse 6. Now there was a day when the sons of Yahweh came to present themselves before the Lord. And Satan came also among them.
So the question is, who are these sons of the Most High? Who are these sons? Because there's a doctrine out there saying the sons of the Most High are only Israel in the Bible. You feel me? And then when you get into the whole angels and fallen angels and all that, people are trying to discount that because they feel that the sons of God are strictly dealing with the line of Adam after Seth. You feel me? So the question is, who are these sons of God that Satan is amongst when they come present themselves before the Most High? And being that Satan himself was an angel, he's considered a son as well. He's just a rebellious son. You feel me? He's a rebellious son or a rogue son that went against the order of his God. Right. So who are these sons of God right here that present themselves before the Most High every day? Will have to be angels. Right. Will have to be. You feel me? All right, let's read Hebrew. Verse 6.
Verse 6. Now there was a day when the sons of Yahweh came to present themselves before the Lord.
Yeah.
And Satan came also among them.
Come on.
And the Lord said unto Satan, Whence comest thou?
Or where you coming from? Come on.
Then Satan answered the Lord and said, From going to and fro in the earth, and from walking up and down in it. And the Lord said unto Satan, Hast thou considered my servant Job, that there is none like him in the earth, a perfect and upright man, one that feareth Yahweh and escheweth evil.
So now we know that Satan ain't somewhere in the lake of fire with red pantyhose on with a pitchfork smoking a joint. So smoking a cigarette. It is say walking, going to and fro in the earth, and from walking up and down in it. The spirit of Hashatan is in the earth.
That's right.
You understand? And he looks for a host. Demons too. They look for who gonna do my bidding and do my will. You understand? That's what that is. So Satan doesn't want to get thrown in the lake of fire. He's trying to prolong that because, you know, that's his final resting place, his judgment. But you thought this whole time that Satan was already in the lake of fire, chilling like he taking a bath or something. You feel me? No, that's judgment for him. He ain't trying to go there either. You see, Satan is walking around up and down in the earth, to and fro in it, looking to bring chaos to the situation. All right, come on, Hebrew.
Verse 9.
Yeah.
Then Satan answered the Lord and said, Doth Job fear Yahweh for naught? Hast not thou made an hedge about him, and about his house, and about all that he hath on every side? Thou hast blessed the work of his hands, and his substance is increased in the land. But put forth thy hand now, and touch all that he hath, and he will curse thee to thy face.
Now trip off this. This the Most High and his rebellious son having a dialogue about you. About Job. You feel me? What make you think this can't happen about you? You see? What make you think this dialogue ain't happened about you? Trip off that. Let's read. Come on, Hebrew.
Verse 12. And the Lord said unto Satan, Behold, all that he hath is in thy power. Only upon himself put not forth thine hand. So Satan went forth from the presence of the Most High.
Oh, so Satan has to have permission from the Most High to get at you. You see that? So we just learned that for one, he ain't in the lake of fire bathing nowhere. Two, he's walking to and fro up and down the earth. Three, he still got to play by rules when it comes to your soul. He ain't a loose cannon doing whatever he want to do.
That's right.
You feel me? He got to go holler at the Most High concerning you.
CEO.
Huh? He got to holler at the Most High concerning you. It is what it is. He said, oh, okay, do that, but don't do this. You don't got the authority to do this. You ain't got the authority to take his soul.
That ain't in your job description.
Yeah, you ain't got that. But oh, okay, if this is about a trial, this is about a test concerning my servant who I know down with me, all right, go ahead and do that, but don't do this.
Right.
So it switches up your mentals and what you really think about the Most High.
That's right.
You feel me? And the devil, you thought the devil this whole time was just chilling in hell. You feel me? Relaxing, just, you know, shooting the breeze.
Right. Like
he on vacation or something.
In torment. That ain't torment, is it?
No, that ain't torment.
Chilling on a throne in torment.
Yeah. Go ahead, El now.
So they're saying the devil when you do it, that's a lie.
Yeah. It is a lie. It is a lie. Look, let's keep reading, Hebrew.
Verse 13.
Remember, you have to go through your fiery trial to be accepted by the Most High. You feel me? This is a fiery trial. It seems like some days Satan just picking on me.
Yeah.
Dang, he mad. Satan mad as a mug, boy. Hotter than fish grease.
That's awful hot.
Well, he got permission from the Most High concerning you, right? Time for you to get through this trial. All right, let's read, Hebrew.
Verse 13. And there was a day when his sons and his daughters were eating and drinking wine in their eldest brother's house. And there came a messenger unto Job and said, The oxen were plowing, and the asses feeding beside them, and the Sabaeans fell upon them, and took them away. Yea, they have slain thy servants with the edge of the sword, and I only am escaped alone to tell thee. While he was yet speaking, there came also another, and said, The fire of Yahweh is fallen from heaven, and hath burned up the sheep and the servants, and consumed them. And I only am escaped alone to tell thee. While he was yet speaking, there came also another, and said, The Chaldeans made out 3 bands, and fell upon the camels, and have carried them away. Yea, and slain the servants with the edge of the sword. And I only am escaped alone to tell thee. While he was yet speaking, there came also another, and said, Thy sons and thy daughters were eating and drinking wine in their eldest brother's house. And behold, there came a great wind from the wilderness, and smote the 4 corners of the house. And it fell upon the young men, and they are dead. And I only am escaped alone to tell thee. Then Job arose, and rent his mantle, and shaved his head, and fell down upon the ground, and worshipped, and said, Naked came I out of my mother's womb, and naked shall I return thither. The Lord gave, and the Lord hath taken away. Blessed be the name of the Most High. In all this Job sinned not, nor charged Yahweh foolishly.
You see that right there? Now look, that's all 42 million plus your posterity gone.
Gone.
Within the blink of an eye. Huh? That'll make the average cat boy commit suicide. And he say, well, naked I came, naked I'm going.
That's right.
Huh? The Most High give and he take away. Blessed be the name of the Most High.
Now that's major faith.
Woo!
That's major.
Woo! Because you already know, boy, if it ain't, look, if it ain't no time to throw a pity party, that's the time right there.
Right.
Why me? All 42 million gone in the blink of an eye, plus all 10 of your children. In the blink of an eye.
Everything.
And he ain't say why me, he say blessed be the name of the Most High.
Fell down and worship.
Yeah. The Lord give and the Most High take it away. Naked I came, naked I'm going.
That's major faith.
Blessed be the name of the Most High.
And it didn't say that his faith became weary.
Yeah.
He shook or anything. It said immediately he fell down. He worshiped. He thanked the Most High God.
You know, to this day, you can't convince people that Lucifer, Satan, the look on forward, and the Almighty powers. They don't talk them. You can take them and show them, right? Job, they talk.
Yeah, the enemy has to, look, he has to report to the Most High. Along with the other sons of the Most High. They have to report to the Most High daily. And give a report. What's the skinny? What's going on?
If y'all look at it, what's right before your face is like a court system. You got a judge, you go to the prosecutor.
Yeah.
Well, what you mean? What you want to try? Look, we got some evidence, you know, as auntie bringing the drugs in. Okay. And then you got the defense lawyer who's defending the cause, which is the angels that's defending your cause. But he like, go ahead with the warrant, see what you get. You know, see if it's like what you say. If it ain't, we throwing that out of court. But they discussed the same way. Y'all, they didn't make that idea up. All of it's following a pattern, so there'll be no excuse on that day. You ain't gonna have no excuse on that day, because Satan ain't made an excuse for you. He's trying your faith. And he's saying, only reason he doing that because you got the Holy Spirit around him and you taking care of him. Quit taking care of him and watch him cuss you to your face. Job's a gold digger. The Lord say, well, go see how much gold you can dig up on it. And y'all, that was a 20-year bid that he was staying. I'm talking about, they say you could smell Job downwind 3 blocks. Sores, open sores that won't heal. Pus coming out of her. And his wife's a tired like, man, curse God and die. I'm sick of this. We out of peroxide again. You ain't healing. Woman, you speak as a foolish woman. Get on away from her with all that talk. Did you cook anything today? No. And kept his integrity. So y'all, this is what we talking about. Bro's talking about, this is why hardly shall a rich man get into the kingdom, but that's why the Messiah told him, he said, with the Most High, everything is possible. A rich man could get in. That's why Job and Abraham got in, but you got to understand, money is not your God. You can't serve mammon. Mammon is a demon of God, of money. A mammon is the demon of money.
That's right.
That's why they call him mammon. You serve him. It's like, how do you keep stacking up money like this and you got more than, what are you going to do with $50 million? You ain't paying no taxes on it. All it's going to keep doing is going like this, but you can't spend it. Big Mama, can I put a Mercedes in your name? Baby, you know I'm on Social Security. You already got 4 cars over here. Call your auntie, because you're stacking up what you're worshiping, then they get it all back and take it all back from you. This is what he's trying to put on our God, but this is about righteousness. This ain't about unrighteous gain. This is about righteous gain from doing righteous. He rewards you. But it's all temporal compared to what Job wanted, and his vision was. He like, this is child's play. 41 million? This is nothing compared to the money that's stacking up the 401k on I. 41 million, no, that ain't, that's a penny in your pocket compared to the kingdom. That's chump change.
Job displayed the same faith that Abraham had, because see, there was an angel that appeared to Job before all these things occurred and told him he would suffer for 20 years if he destroyed this Baal image. It was an idol set up by his house that people or everybody in the town would go and worship and put presents before this satanic idol. Job wanted to destroy it, because he didn't understand what is this thing that everybody keep going to, because he was worshiping the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. So The angel of the Lord came to him and told him this is a Satan. It's an idol of Satan that the people have erected. He said, well, I'm going to smash it. He said, well, if you do, then 20 years of plagues shall be added unto you. However, you shall double in the end. So because he had faith in the beginning by what the angel had told him.
That's right.
Just like when Abraham, when the angel of the Most High appeared to Abraham and said, I shall make you a nation of many. You know, that your seed won't be able to be numbered like the sand of the sea.
So the angel come down and talk to any one of us in here, he can strengthen us, we'll be ready for the trial.
Well, you got to have the faith first and foremost.
Yeah.
First and foremost. That's the only time the angel ever appeared to people was through their faith, their commitment and allegiance to the Most High God first.
Okay.
And they show up.
The angel of the Most High wasn't sent to you.
Right.
You know, you didn't. If you were tried in the fire and you failed that, what's the sense of sending the angel of the Most High to you to bring you a message for you to carry out, knowing that you already wavering in faith?
That's right.
You ain't gonna carry it out.
It's the substance of things hoped for.
Right, you see him when the Messiah was challenged in Matthew 4 by Satan. It says after the trial, then angels came and ministered to him. The angels come after the trial and strengthen you back up. Good job, bro. Good job, bro. Your name been put in some books. Good job, bro. But they ain't coming to defend you before the trial starts.
Hold your hand.
And you gonna be behind them. Get him, get him. No, you have to go through the trial. Just like Jacob and his whole household had to go through the trial of marching back and Esau and his band of men there.
Yes, yes.
The angel had his back, says, keep walking. Don't worry about it, just keep walking. So y'all, you have to get through it first. That's why that rapture doctrine is so bad. Because it teach you, you ain't gonna have to go through it. The Lord still gonna reward you for chickening out.
Oh man.
See, we have to understand that we're getting the word of the angel, the angelic word now.
Yeah.
We're being delivered the word now. Just like he said, hey, if you have faith, then you gonna double up. So we can't. It's not always about, you know, waiting on that the physical appearance of this angel. We have it right before us. The word of the Most High God. He's telling you. If your faith is strong, then you're gonna double up in the end. That's right. We get it right here, daily.
Can't wait till the end. Can't wait till the end.
Let's finish this off. Let's get it. Job chapter 2. That's where we at. It's not. I think it's on. It's on you, Elijah. Job 2.
Yeah, I finished up chapter 1, going to chapter 2. You want?
Job 2.
The book of Job, chapter 2, verse 1. Again, there was a day when the sons of Yah came to present themselves before the Most High, and Satan came also among them to present himself before the Most High. And the Most High said unto Satan, From whence comest thou? And Satan answered the Most High and said, From going to and fro in the earth, and from walking up and down in it.
Y'all write down 1 Peter 5 and 8 as a precept of that, because him walking to and fro up and down, it says in there, seeking whom he may devour. He looking for souls.
That's right.
That's why he's walking to. He ain't just walking around like, oh, I'm sightseeing. This no. He on a mission to destroy souls.
Right.
1 Peter 5 and 8. When y'all get a chance, read that. So when you read in here in Job where it say walking to and fro and up and down in the earth, you be like, oh well, he doing that to destroy and devour souls. That's his whole mission.
So in other words, when the Lord Yahweh told him, you can do whatever you want, but touch not his soul, he really got upset because that was the main purpose.
Yeah, to make him go against, to make him blaspheme the Holy Spirit.
Right.
And because if Job blasphemes the Holy Spirit or goes against the Most High, then he can join the enemy in the lake of fire for eternity. His whole mission is to get you to blaspheme the Holy Spirit. Blaspheme that which you know is true. You feel me? That's his whole mission. Because misery love company.
That's right.
Job's wife didn't die.
Job's wife?
Eventually,
yeah, she did, but not when that house fell.
Yeah.
Now, just to keep
Yeah, we about to read about her now. Let's read, Hebrew.
Y'all, we're gonna wrap this on up, y'all. Go ahead.
Verse 3. And the Most High said unto Satan, Hast thou considered my servant Job? And there is none like him in the earth, a perfect and an upright man, one that feareth Yah and escheweth evil, and still he holdeth fast his integrity. Although thou movest me against him to destroy him without cause.
Without what?
Without cause.
You see that? He's saying you move me against. In other words, you got the authority for me to get at him. And he still maintains his integrity. Have you considered, in other words, Most High almost bragging on his son Job? Like, you ain't chipped off my servant. I told you he was down with me no matter what. All right, come on, Hebrew.
Verse 4. And Satan answered the Most High and said, Skin for skin, yea, all that a man hath will he give for his life.
Wow.
But put forth thine hand now, and touch his bone and his flesh, and he will curse thee to thy face.
All right, so all his riches and his children are gone. The next thing on the list is health.
Right.
It's health. Afflicted in the body now.
Uh-oh.
He said, okay, yeah, you was right. We took his riches, we took his children. He still maintains his integrity, but skin for skin, bone for bone. He'll curse you if you plague him in the body. Now, what make you think this ain't a dialogue the enemy is having about you? That's my question. You feel me? What make you think you too good to even go through this? And if you do go through it, are you going to maintain your integrity and your devotion to the Most High to get the increase at the end? That's what it come down to.
That's right.
A lot of our people ready to jump ship because your family talks about you. That ain't nothing compared to with this brother. Their brother's lost 10 children and 42 million. And you complaining about your family joning on you.
Right. Just some jokes, huh?
That's some jokes. Man, look, you really ain't, look, examine this thing. Because if you ready to jump ship because all your friends done kicked you out their Facebook group, you're not ready. You're not ready. This man lost 10 children and 42 million in a blink of an eye. Let's read, brother.
Verse 6.
Yeah.
And the Most High said unto Satan, Behold, he is in thine hand, but save his life.
Yeah, you can't kill him though. These are the rules. All right, go ahead, Hebrew.
So went Satan forth from the presence of the Most High, and smote Job with sore boil, from the sole of his foot unto his crown.
Boils are major. Y'all know boils got pus in them. You feel me? They become infected. They stink. Huh? Y'all know about them balls? Some of y'all done had balls up in there.
Right. And y'all say from the sole of his foot, so it's not on the top. It's a ball on the bottom of your foot. How you walking?
Can't walk. And this ain't
on the top of your head. Can't brush your scalp.
Nah, ain't no putting no wave cap on with that. Ain't no tennis cap.
No, none of that.
It's
right.
Serious. This is serious. You feel me? And again, y'all, this was not a weekend little breeze. This was a 20-year bid.
20 years.
Trip off that.
20 years.
20 years, man. That's major. Are you ready?
That's that long suffering.
Yeah. Come on, Hebrew.
Verse 8. And he took him a potsherd to scrape himself withal, and he sat down among the ashes. Then said his wife unto him, Dost thou still retain thine integrity? Curse Yah and die.
Oh, so all the paper done dried up. Huh? It was all good just a week ago. Yeah, that money gone. Now it's like, look, curse the Most High and die. What are you doing maintaining your integrity?
Don't want no broke nigga. Kanye West. Yeah, you broke and you stank.
Oh wait.
Broke and stanking.
It just got real. So now the enemy is using his spouse, the closest thing to him.
That's right.
That means that test just went up even more.
Oh.
Because now you're real, but your spouse. You feel me? Your most prized possession, like, look, I'm bailing out. I'm out of here. Curse God and die, boy. What is wrong with you? Wow. Huh? You get mad because you got put on child support. And you ready to leave the truth because you on child support now. His woman say, look, I'm jumping ship. Curse God and die.
And what gonna happen if he did that?
Nah, it's
That's like a fine.
Yeah, that's what that is. Yeah, you're gonna be cursed and you're gonna die. Come on, Hebrew, let's get it.
Verse 10. But he said unto her,
come on.
Thou speakest as one of the foolish women speaking. What? Shall we receive good at the hand of Yah? And shall we not receive evil?
Oof.
In all this did not Job sin with his lips.
Now you speaking as a fool. He called a fool. He called a foolish. You're speaking like a foolish woman. So how we gonna receive all these blessings of the Most High? But when things go sideways, now we gonna return our back on them. Huh? You turn your back on them now. 42 million dried up. You're diseased in the body. You feel me? Your woman like curse God and die. And he's like, woman, look, you're speaking foolishly. It's all good. It was all good just a week ago.
Right.
That paper was fat a week ago. You understand? Now you like jump ship. He said, man, how are we going to receive blessings and good things from the Most High, but not bad also? Huh? Naked I came, naked I'm going. The Lord giveth and he taketh away. Blessed be the name of the Most High.
That's right.
That needs to be your mindset. Let's read,
Verse 11. Now when Job's 3 friends heard of all this evil that was come upon him, they came, every one from his own place. Eliphaz the Temanite, and Bildad the Shuhite, and Zophar the Naamathite. For they had made an appointment together to come to mourn with him and to comfort him.
So it ain't like this an isolated event. You lose 42 million and 10 children, and you sick. Oh boy, that your business is all on the wire.
That's right.
Everybody know what's going on with you. So now you got the embarrassing factor kicking in. All right, come on, Hebrew.
And when they lifted up their eyes afar off and knew him not, they lifted up their voice and wept. And they rent every one his mantle and sprinkled dust upon their heads toward heaven.
Y'all understand that? Not to cut you off, but they knew him not. They looked, they like, man, wait a minute, that ain't Job, is it? Skinny, withered up, looking like this from the man they know. They said they didn't even readily identify him. The same way, if you saw somebody healthy and then you know who cancer's attacked them, and you go to the hospital and they done shrunk all the way down and they diseased up, you like, man, that wasn't him, dog. That was somebody else. Your partners didn't even know you. I mean, y'all, this was a major attack, y'all. Y'all have to understand this. The man that they laid eyes on, now they're looking at this individual looking like this. And they say, we didn't even recognize him.
Complete opposite.
Complete opposite. Total opposite. Go ahead, bro.
Verse 13. So they sat down with him upon the ground 7 days and 7 nights, and none spake a word unto him, for they saw that his grief was very great.
All right, drop this. Let's jump over to chapter 19 real quick, and then we're gonna do chapter 42 and close out. These chapters ain't even that long. We're gonna get the gist of this. When y'all get a chance, read all 42 chapters of Job, man. Very powerful. And then the testaments of Job, Jobab. Y'all read them too. They out there online. You get a deeper understanding of what really was going on. You understand? But Job had to embrace his affliction, embrace his adversity. You understand? And even when it went bad for him, he still never cursed the Most High. You understand? He still never attempted to commit suicide. Do you got that in there? Job wanted to commit suicide? Not at all. Not at all. So check yourself when certain things go bad for you. And you ain't even got a paper cut on you about the king. You feel me? You talking about a little quick problems you have over the weekend? That brother, 20-year bid, 42 million and 10 children. And what are you complaining about?
Right.
You understand? And what make you think the Most High and Hashatan ain't chopping it up about you? What make you think you too good to go through something like that? At any moment, the Most High hold court every day. Any moment, your name could come up.
Right.
And then he said that about Peter. He said, boy, you don't know. Peter said he trying to
sift you like
me. Boy, we talk about you on a regular.
Had to pray for him. Had to pray for Peter.
Yeah, Pete, your name come up all the time.
On a regular.
Oh, man.
Job chapter 19, verse 1. Then Job answered and said, how long will you vex my soul and break me in pieces with words?
If y'all don't know, his partners came to holler at him like we just read, right? Now they start speaking words that are true, but that don't apply to Job's situation.
That's right.
They believe in Job. This is coming on Job because of iniquity. So they start saying certain things. If you start reading, because certain brews will be quoting these Jobs, you dig, and not bringing the whole story out. Like, look, you quoting Eldad right there, or you quote one of his partners, even though what he's saying is true, it don't apply to Job. You feel me? So Job finally speak up again and said, how long is y'all gonna vex me with these words, man? You feel me? Because everybody got their own perspective on why Job is going through what he's going through. Right? And all their perspective, ain't nobody saying, this is your trial, boy. You dig? This your trial. They all believe in Job brought this on himself through iniquity. And Job like, look, if y'all know what iniquity is, speak on it. Pull it up. Let me know so I can get right. But nobody had nothing. They all giving their own perspective, you feel me, on why they believe he's going through that. And even though what they're saying is true, right? But it don't apply to Job.
That's right.
Because the situations you bringing up got to do with somebody that had this brought on them because of their sins. You feel me? It ain't got nothing to do with Job. So you gotta be careful too. A lot of people be quoting these Jobs like, you feel me? Iniquity don't spring up out of the ground. And you be like, boy, that was one of Job's partners who gave him bad advice.
Right.
You talking about. That don't apply to him because this iniquity, this trauma didn't come on him because of iniquity. That would apply if he was sinning and it came on him, but it didn't. You feel me? So that's why he said that right here. Look, man, how long y'all gonna vex me with this? Y'all just running y'all mouth. All right, come on, Hebrew.
These 10 times have ye reproached me. Ye are not ashamed that ye make yourselves strange to me.
Strange, not a stranger, strange, right?
And be indeed that I have erred, my error remaineth with myself. If indeed you will magnify yourselves against me and plead against me my reproach, now know that God hath overthrown me and hath compassed me with this net.
You're like, look, this is strictly from the Most High. You feel me? It ain't got nothing to do with me committing iniquity or none of that. This is a trial I'm going through because of the Most High. You feel me? So every situation, that's for us to learn too. Every situation you may be looking at may not be because the brother, you feel me, or the sister or something he did in the past is catching up with him. It may be a trial from the Most High.
That's right.
See if you're going to remain faithful. All right? Let's read, Hebrew.
Behold, I cry out of wrong, but I am not heard. I cry aloud, but there is no judgment. He hath fenced up my way that I cannot pass, and he hath set darkness in my paths. He has stripped me of my glory and taken the crown from my head. He hath destroyed me on every side, and I am gone. And mine hope hath he removed like a tree. He hath also kindled his wrath against me, and hath counted me unto him as one of his enemies. His troops come together and raise up their way against me, and encamp round about my tabernacle. He hath put my brethren far from me, and mine acquaintance are very estranged from me. My kinfolk have failed, and my familiar friends have forgotten me. They that dwell in my house and my maids count me for a stranger. I am an alien in their sight. I called my servant, and he gave me no answer. I entreated him with my mouth.
Job, like, look, all my power, all my glory, everything is gone. My servant don't even take heed when I call him. It's over. Come on, Hebrew.
My breath is strange to my wife. Though I entreated for the children's sake of my own body, young children despise me. I arose and they spake against me.
So now it ain't no more honor he receiving even from the young children that's out there that know him. You feel me? Everybody is despising him. His wife, his breath ain't even familiar to his wife anymore.
It's nasty.
It's over. Come on, Hebrew.
All my inward friends abhor me, and they whom I loved are turned against me. My bone cleaveth to my skin and to my flesh, and I am escaped with the skin of my teeth.
Sound like a fiery trial, don't it, boy? Sound like the furnace of adversity, don't it? Come on.
Have pity upon me. Have pity upon me, O ye my friends, for the hand of Yah hath touched me. Why do you persecute me as Yah, and are not satisfied with my flesh? Oh, that my words were now written. Oh, that they were printed in a book, that they were graven with iron pen and lead in rock forever. For I know that my Redeemer liveth.
Now, you trip off that. You thought Job was having a pity party. The end game, he like, look, my Redeemer liveth. Right? He know in the end, I have to increase behind this. My Redeemer liveth. Come on, Hebrew.
And that he shall stand at the latter day upon the earth.
Wow, Job knew about the Messiah. This Old Testament. My Redeemer liveth, and at the latter day he gonna stand on this earth. Come on now.
And though after my skins worms destroy this body, yet in my flesh shall I see Yah, whom I shall see for myself, and mine eyes shall behold, and not another. Though my reins be consumed within me.
And he believed in the resurrection. Because he knew his flesh would be food for the worms one day, but the resurrection would have to happen so he could see, you feel me, his Redeemer. Resurrection right out the Old Testament. Let's read out.
But ye should say, why persecuted we him, seeing the root of the matter is found in me? Be ye afraid of the sword.
Be ye what?
Afraid of the sword. For wrath bringeth the punishments of the sword, that ye may know there is a judge.
All right, let's jump on over to Job chapter 42. Job chapter 42, the end of this thing. Job kept his integrity the whole time and put on the line, look, my Redeemer liveth. Last day I'm going to see him. You feel me? And this flesh y'all talking about right here, it'll be food for the worms one day. You understand? But I shall see with my own eyes my Redeemer. At the latter day he shall stand on this earth. He knew about the Messiah and knew about resurrection.
That's right.
All right. So Job chapter 42.
Job chapter 42 verse 1. Then Job answered the Lord and said, I know that thou canst do everything, and that no thought can be withholden from thee. Who is he that hideth counsel without knowledge? Therefore I had uttered that I understood not. Things too wonderful for me, which I knew not. Hear, I beseech thee, and I will speak. I will demand and declare thou unto me. I have heard of thee by the hearing of the ear, but now my eye seeth thee. Wherefore I abhor myself and rent in dust and ashes. And repent in dust and ashes. And it was so that after the Lord had spoken these words unto Job, the Lord said to Eliphaz the Temanite, my wrath is kindled against thee, and against thy two friends, for ye have not spoken of me the thing that is right, as my servant Job had.
So all his partners that was, giving all that false counsel to him, the Most High say, my wrath kindled against y'all. Y'all totally misjudged this whole situation. You feel me? They thought they was right. Job, this must have came upon Job because of something he'd been doing. Not that it's a fiery trial from the Most High. You understand? And the Most High straight told his partner, look, my wrath is kindled against y'all for that. Right? Your judgment is thrown totally off. Let's read out.
Therefore take unto you now 7 bullocks and 7 rams, and go to my servant Job, and offer up for yourselves a burnt offering. And my servant Job shall pray for you. For him will I accept, lest I deal with you after your folly, and that ye have not spoken of me the thing which is right, like my servant Job.
You know what I'm saying? A lot of brothers go quote these Jobs in her, and a lot of times it's Job's friends giving false counsel. You feel me? So make sure you know who's talking and that at least it applies to Job. You feel me? A lot of it was true, but it didn't apply to Job. Right. So you see the Most High is elevating him in the end. You feel me? Take these sacrifices to Job, you understand? And he'll pray for you. Unless I deal with y'all according to y'all fathers. Unless I come holler at y'all for that. Come on, Hebrew.
So Eliphaz the Teemite and Bildad the Shuhite and Zophar the Naamanite went and did according as the Lord commanded them. And the Lord also accepted Job. And the Lord turned the captivity of Job when he prayed for his friends. Also the Lord...
How many of us doing that today?
Yeah.
How many of us praying for those that despitefully use us? That's part of this walk too. You feel me? We talking about those that's amongst us, man. We ain't even doing that no more. You call them your friend, you don't even pray for them. You hurry up and get on the chat group and gossip about them, but you don't pray for them.
It's crazy.
All right, come on, Hebrew.
Also the Lord gave Job twice as much as he had before.
Oh, so now he got 82 million.
Yeah.
Huh? Come on, Hebrew.
Then came there unto him all his brethren, all his sisters, and all that had been of his acquaintance before, and did eat bread with him in his house. And they bemoaned him and comforted him over all the evil that the Lord had brought upon him. Every man also gave him a piece of money, and everyone an earring of gold.
Man, look at that. Job done doubled up in the end, man. And everybody got to come pay homage. You feel me? Like, man, 20 years though, y'all. This ain't a weekend bid, 20 years. Huh? You get tired over a weekend or something. 20 days. Come on, Hebrew.
So the Lord blessed the latter end of Job more than his beginning. For he had 14,000 sheep.
First he had 7,000. Go ahead.
And 6,000 camels.
Come on.
1,000 yoke of oxen. And 1,000 she-asses. And he also had 7 sons and 3 daughters. And he called the name of the first Jemima. And the name of the second Keziah. And the name of the third Keren-Happuch. What that is, boy? That was it.
You got it right.
Okay. And all the land were no women found so fair as the daughters of Job. And their father gave them inheritance among their brethren. After this lived Job 140 years, and saw his sons and his sons' sons, even 4 generations. So Job died, being old and full of days.
Y'all see that? So what we read earlier about that you may be increased in your latter end, we actually went through a live example and showed that. He actually in his latter end increased because he didn't make haste. He cleaved to the Most High. He embraced what it was he was dealing with. You understand? And in the end, he came out shining way more than it was in the beginning.
That's right.
For gold is tried in the fire. An acceptable man in the firmness of adversity. Strengthen your faith. I got James 5 in 1 verse. James 5
got
and 11.
that.
That's about Job.
And y'all, and what y'all understanding too here is like what he was saying about the bad advice. If y'all bag these scriptures up everywhere, it'll say, and Eliphaz the Teemite spoke. You need to look at all of that and say, what is bad advice in here? You can't then use that verse to apply to another situation because the Lord said that was all bad advice. So these scriptures, everything in these scriptures don't mean that you can just take a quote. It's quoting men bad understanding at times.
Exactly.
You have to pinpoint that and say, there's some bad advice right here from this from his partner right here. Hey. It's like somebody said, come on, dog. Nah, I know, man, you just don't want to come clean, man. But what you do, I'm your boy. You can talk to me. What you do, man? Man, the Lord just don't do that, man. What you do? He looking at him, he like, oh, cause the paper gone. You standing on the other side of the street now. You know, and they downwind, they talking from across the street. Man, you had to do something. Something, man. Ain't nobody stinking and broke like this.
You were sitting on swole just the other day.
Yeah, so y'all, That's where you really got to understand. And he's sitting back like this, y'all. He say this flesh that was going to corrupt anyway. Right. What do you want me to argue about these holes in my arm for? Worms going to come out of them anyway. Worms coming out here, and y'all going to experience this too. Right. But I know my Redeemer liveth. Go ahead, where you at, bro? Go ahead, sis. What you got?
And let's give an example. Job chapter 4, verses is 8 through 9. 8 through 9. Now 7 through 9, right? Mm-hmm. Now this is Eliphaz the Temanite talking to Job about his situation. Okay, so this Job 4 and 7. This is his partner talking to him, right? He says, "Remember, I prayed thee." He talking to Job. "Whoever perished being innocent." So he asking Job, like, bro, look, if you going through this, you're not innocent. Right. "Whoever perished being innocent, or where were the righteous cut off?" Verse 8, "Even as I have seen, they that plow iniquity and sow wickedness reap the same." He telling Job, right, look, you reaping this evil because you sowed evil, you planted evil. That's what he telling to him. Right. Even though that statement is true, it don't apply to Job. Right. You feel me? Meaning they totally misjudged the whole situation. Verse 9, "By the blast of Yah they perish, and by the breath of his nostrils are they consumed." Right. So he's saying, like, look, if you going through this, that means you're not innocent, Job. Right. You feel me? Whoever perished being innocent.
And then see, at this point, you have to do like this. Mm-hmm. All the children that was killed when they was looking for the Messiah. All the children in Egypt. You know, so the way he's explaining it, his mind thought set is it says the innocent, he used that word, but he's saying you can't be innocent. Yeah. Because this wouldn't happen to you. That's right. But that's misjudgment because we know it happened to babies. This what a lot of times people get off the walk. Well, you know, I was believing in the Lord till all my children burned up in that fire. I can't believe a God that I serve would burn my children up in fire. See, and they're not understanding from that perspective. So they're saying the innocent was done wrong by God. Yep. Or even at verse 8 where it say, "They that plow iniquity sow wickedness and reap the same." You feel me? You reap what you sow. That's a true statement. And not once had any of his transgressions. Yeah. Not once did they say, well, you know, we heard, man, from your shepherds, man, you've been short with their money. They've been working for free. You ain't paid the cattle, man. Mm-hmm. Your children been doing this, man. I heard you let your wife go over there and do that. But they ain't have nothing.
That's why Job kept a question of him. Well, name me my sin.
Name me my sin.
Name my sin that where I transgressed that brought about this.
They couldn't.
So everything went on further and further with foul instruction.
Right. It could just be a trial you're going through.
Right. That's what they could have said.
We never consider that. You know what I'm saying? But like, no, that's because you've been out there doing. How come it ain't a trial that he's going through? The word's gonna test his patience. All right. We got two verses: James 5, 10, and 11. We can close out.
James chapter 5, verse 10. Everybody there?
The Most High accepts those that are in the furnace of adversity. You endure to the end, you understand? You come out shining. That's right. Even more than it was when you went in that deal. You're going to go through it. All the ones that the Most High rode with and chose all had a fiery trial. Yes. Every last one of them. Let me finish this and we coming to you. I got two verses. Come on. Come on, bro.
James chapter 5, verse 10. Yeah. "Take, my brethren, the prophets, who have spoken in the name of the Lord, for an example of suffering, affliction, and of patience."
Yeah, look at all the prophets of old. All of them had to go through it, right? Verse 11.
"Behold, we count them happy which endure."
No, sad.
Happy.
Angry.
Happy.
Come on.
"Which endure. You have heard of the patience of Job, and have seen the end of the Most High, that the Most High is very pitiful and of tender mercy."
You see that? We just read about the patience of Job.
That's right.
You feel me? And that was 20 years. Abraham had to wait 25 to 50 years for his promise from the Most High.
That's right.
You feel me? Never turned his back though. Right? So strengthen your faith and make your calling and election sure. You understand? And these scriptures are there to comfort us. None of this we read today was to scare you. It's like, look, get strong. And if anything, find comfort in this right here. Because whatever you're going through, If it's for righteousness' sake, oh, in the end, boy, you ain't seen nothing yet. In the end, the payoff is so beautiful. The eye ain't seen it, nor has the ear heard what's coming. You can't even fathom what the Most High got for those that love him. But you gotta, there's a prerequisite. You gotta go through your trial, right? And if you, especially if you run around talking about you got the faith of Abraham, a lot of people brag on their faith today. None of these men bragged on their faith. They just did the work that proved they had the faith. And you might want to be careful opening your lips saying you got the faith of Abraham. Because he was told to offer up his promised son. Right? He was told leave everything you know and go be an alien and dwell in hostile territory. And many more trials. Know what I'm saying? So if you got that faith is going to be tried. But there's no bragging. If you got faith, boasting is dead. Boasting is None of these men brag, but I got the faith. I just, I'm faith. Yeah, we going to see. Right?
I know I'm saved.
Only thing these brothers did was they work that they did proved that they believed wholeheartedly in the Most High. You feel me? So what that say about us? All right, brother, I know you might have something.
Just on the Passover, y'all. Like I say, we got tickets today. If y'all need any